From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, and we are bringing you a compilation of yours truly, Johnny Dollar serial omnibuses with 3 complete yours truly, Johnny Dollar serials starring Bob Bailey. Well, these are not as old as some episodes we played. Not all promotions or information may be valid if the information is not currently reflected on our Great Detectives of Old Time Radio website at greatdetectives.net. With that said, please enjoy this special compilation. Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio from Boise, Idaho. This is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13 at greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/greatdetectives. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. Our listener support and appreciation campaign continues. You can become one of our Patreon supporters for as little as $2 per month by going to patreon.greatdetectives.net. Well, it is time for something that I've been talking about for months, if not years, and that is we're going to be doing a fresh Johnny Dollar serial omnibus. A few months ago, we finished up the yours truly Johnny Dollar serials. And when we did the serials, we did 2 episodes per serial. And there were a lot of folks who didn't like the stories being broken up that way. But I promised that we would come back and we would do new omnibus editions where we would play an entire serial in one sitting. And I think that that is a really fun way to experience these stories. I think that the Johnny Dollar serials work both ways. It can be fun to get through them in multiple parts, but it can also be great to have just a really nice feature-length adventure. So this is the complete story edited down into a single podcast from the original 5-day-a-week serial. So here, from November 7th to November 11th, 1955, is the Lorko Diamonds Matter.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Ben Tyler, Johnny. Transworld Fidelity.
Oh, hi, Ben.
Are you free at present?
If the price is right.
I mean, are you on a job?
It's beginning to sound like it.
Can you be on a plane for Algiers in 2 hours?
Sure. Who's the client?
Lorko Limited, Amsterdam. You know, they're the...
Diamond Cutters, an old firm. Big-time deals all over the world.
Check.
What happened?
Oh, one of their couriers just dropped dead in the Algiers airport.
Oh, too bad.
He was carrying a briefcase with $100,000 worth of set stones. Top-grade diamonds.
Don't tell me, Ben. Let me guess.
That's right, Johnny. The briefcase is missing.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, Transworld Fidelity Company, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of my expenditures during investigation of the Lorko Diamonds Matter. Item 1, $324.60, transportation. A routine plane flight to North Africa and the city of Algiers. It was an easy trip, and I felt relaxed and comfortable. A feeling that was rudely terminated about 10 seconds after I got off the plane.
You are Monsieur Dollar, are you not?
Yeah, that's right.
I am Inspector Marcus of the Algerian Customs Police.
Oh, how are you, Inspector?
Oh, quite well, monsieur, and vastly reassured now that you have arrived on the scene of the crime.
Oh?
You see, I have implicit faith in special investigators. I have encountered them in the past, so I have no doubt, but this little affair will prove most simple to you, monsieur.
I see.
I feel that in a mere matter of hours, voila, you will produce the guilty culprit like un lapin out of a chapeau.
Inspector, I'm beginning to feel a cold wind from the north. That's odd for this time of year, isn't it?
A mere passing breeze, monsieur. I shall now assume my official attitude.
And that is?
Extreme courtesy, complete cooperation, and the devoted service of my meager talents. On orders, you understand, from my superiors in Paris. And now, monsieur, if you will accompany me to my office.
Delighted to. After you, Alphonse.
My name is Pierre.
Oh, sorry. Just a whimsy.
Oh, yes, I know. I have heard the joke. Both jokes.
Uh-huh.
This way, monsieur. A man from the Lorko diamond firm is waiting for us, a special representative, so he informs me. And so, since you yourself are a special investigator, I could perceive a certain advantage in letting him give you the facts, as I believe you say it in the States.
Tie our tails together, sit back, and watch the fur fly. Is that it?
Well, he is a trifle excitable, but your metaphor, however, escapes me.
Oh, I doubt that, Inspector Marcus. In fact, I doubt if much of anything escapes you.
You are too kind.
Except, of course, $100,000 worth
I
of diamonds.
spoke too hastily.
Vanished, disappeared, right under your nose.
Well, but there were extenuating circumstances.
Oh, I'll bet there were. Tell me something confidentially. Did your superiors in Paris really blow their tops?
Monsieur Dollar, if I may borrow one of your more colorful expressions, they said I had probably goofed.
I'd met that same attitude before with local officials. To them, sending in an outsider implied they couldn't do the job themselves. And Inspector Marcus was on an even hotter spot. The air terminal was a port of entry to Algeria, under his jurisdiction, Customs Police. As he said, he'd goofed. Maybe.
It is a matter which hath entire past all apprehension.
But he was right on
I
one
know that
thing.
in London
Hans
this thing is
Zeindorf,
not have happened.
the Lorko
In
representative,
Paris, too, it
was
is not
a
have
trifle
happened.
excitable.
In Amsterdam, it is unthinkable such thing have happened like this. Even in your New York, mein Herr Dollar, it cannot have happened. But here, in Algiers...
It have happened.
Yeah, this beautiful diamond gone. All gone. It's like barbarians. This Africa is no place for diamond.
Maybe you ought to tell him that in Kimberley.
It's differently there. It's entire different.
All right, Mr. Zeindorf. Suppose you tell me just what happened.
Who can know, mein Herr? 15 years, this courier has worked for Lorko Company. We are think he is trustworthy. Entire trustworthy.
Well, even a trustworthy man can die of heart failure.
But he has never had this heart failing before.
All right, but...
Perhaps it would be better if I were to, with your permission, of course, Monsieur Zeindorf.
Yeah, you tell. I am not talk this English much good.
Precisely. These are the facts, Monsieur Dollar. The Lorko courier, a man named Paul Gruber, arrived on the plane from Amsterdam yesterday morning.
Yeah.
Did you know he was arriving?
I did not know, but the point is a very clever one. So, a short while before landing, Monsieur Gruber was taken suddenly ill. A doctor met the plane, and the stricken man was removed by stretcher and taken to the emergency clinic. In 20 minutes, monsieur, he was dead. Diagnosis, heart failure. Mais c'est la vie.
Was there an autopsy, Inspector?
Another excellent point, Monsieur Dollar.
Thank you.
Do not mention it. An autopsy is being performed this afternoon.
Good. So the courier died. And then the briefcase?
It was delivered along with his other personal effects, unopened, to the customs property agent here at the airport.
And his name, the property agent?
André Jourdain. He was very busy at the moment, left the briefcase lying on his desk, intending at the first opportunity to register and place it in the vault.
But the opportunity didn't come, is that it?
Precisely. Only a few minutes later, I heard a gunshot. Monsieur, he was lying on the floor in a pool of blood. He had been struck on the head. The briefcase was gone.
All gone. This beautiful diamond gone entire.
Yeah. When did you find out what was in the briefcase, Inspector?
Almost 2 hours later. I radioed the Lorko firm in Amsterdam, informing them of the death of their employee. They replied immediately and stated that the briefcase contained $100,000 worth of diamond set pieces.
Works of art. Beautiful. One brooch, one necklace, two bracelets.
Precisely. Yes. The jewelry was being flown here on approval for examination by a prospective buyer.
Name of the buyer?
The Countess Maria de Tolia.
What do you know about her?
Monsieur Dollar, if you had seen her, you would not ask. She is exquisite, lovely, chic, charming, spirited, full of the joie de vivre.
And no doubt loaded with potatoes.
With a woman like that, who would ever inquire?
I would. Since it looks as though she might be the only person in Algiers who knew that $100,000 worth of jewelry was coming in on that plane.
May we. But she could not have known that the courier was going to drop dead in the airport.
A good point, Inspector.
Merci, monsieur.
What about that property agent, Andre Jardine? Any chance of talking to him?
But of course, if he is yet able to talk.
Then I guess I'll...
Talkings is not enough, mein Herr.
Relax, Mr. Zeindorf. You're covered by insurance.
Insurances is money. It's not my diamonds.
Oh, well, if you don't want the money, you can always waive your claim.
Wait, mein Herr Dollar, are you think that I am crazily, that I am entire crazily?
I talked to the plane crew who'd come in on the flight with the dying courier. I talked to Inspector Marcus's men, who'd been with him when he found the property agent lying on the floor of his office. I didn't expect much, and I got just that. But it didn't matter. I figured I may have had my man spotted already. The same old story. An ambitious and underpaid government agent opening a briefcase to register its contents and seeing the diamonds there for the taking. Hiding them quickly, then a fake slugging and firing a gun at a non-existent thief. Yeah, an old story. Expense account item 2, $3.40. Transportation into town and taxi fare to the Hospital of Our Lady of Sorrows. Inspector Marcus had phoned ahead to authorize my visit. One of the sisters led me down the corridor to the door of Andre Jardine's room. She motioned silently and then turned away. I stepped inside and closed the door.
Monsieur?
You're Andre Jardine?
Mais oui, but yes. What do you want?
My name is Johnny Dollar. I'm an insurance investigator. My company is the underwriter on the Lorko diamonds.
Why have you come here?
Well, to ask a couple of questions. Of course, if you'd like to consult an attorney before
I have nothing to conceal, monsieur. What do you wish to know?
Just exactly what happened when that briefcase disappeared.
I have told it already to Inspector Marcus.
Yes, I know. So now would you mind telling it to me?
But there is no... Bien. I was working at the files when someone entered my office. I turned around and saw a man standing there, pointing a gun at me.
Ever seen him before?
No, monsieur.
What did he look like?
Well, he was quite tall.
Heavyset?
No, very thin, tall and thin. European, I believe.
All right. What did he do?
He ordered me to turn around, stepped up behind me, struck me with the gun. I fell against my desk. He grabbed the briefcase and ran to the door.
You were still conscious?
Oui, monsieur, but in terrible pain. I fumbled for my gun in the drawer of the desk and fired one shot. It is all I can remember.
Uh-huh. You hadn't by any chance opened that briefcase?
I had been too busy.
And you didn't know what was in it?
Not until they told me today.
Andre, I wonder if you'd mind if I lifted a corner of that bandage and took a look at that wound on your head.
If you are careful, it is very painful.
Oh, sure, I'll be careful. Lie still now, please. It'll just take a second. I'll lift this edge and...
I think I am lucky to be alive.
Yeah, very lucky. Okay, thanks.
It is nothing.
Andre, do you happen to know the Countess d'Atolia?
The Countess? Oh, monsieur, she is unquestionably...
Yeah, I know. She's lovely, exquisite, charming, chic. Well, thanks for your cooperation, Andre.
A pleasure, Monsieur Dollar.
Take care of that head. It's the only one you've got.
You Americans are so whimsical.
Oh, yeah, we're all crazily, entire crazily. My pet theory was starting to limp. That slugging wasn't phony. It had taken 14 stitches to close the cut in Andre's head. Whoever hit him hadn't been kidding. They meant it for keeps. I walked down the corridor and stood waiting for the elevator, thinking it over, trying to figure it out. But no go. I needed more facts. And a moment later, I got more facts.
Monsieur Dollar, I thought I would find you here.
A clever piece of deduction, Inspector.
Merci bien, monsieur.
Don't mention it. What's on your mind?
There should be something.
Well, there's got to be some reason for that smug grin. What happened? Did the thief confess?
Au contraire. I was on the point of asking what progress you were making on the case.
You will be happy to hear none at all.
Oh, that is too bad.
Inspector.
Eh?
Extreme courtesy, complete cooperation, the devoted services of your meager talents. Remember?
Touché. Actually, I came to tell you that I now have the report of the autopsy. The courier who died of heart failure. Only he did not die of heart failure, monsieur. Except, of course, in a very literal sense.
Well, what did he die of?
Poison.
Well, that was the end of a good theory. The courier had started to get sick on the plane, so the robbery and the murder had been planned well in advance of his arrival. By somebody who'd known he was bringing in diamonds. And so far, only one person fit the bill. As lovely, charming, and chic a suspect as you could ever hope to meet. The Countess d'Algeria. Johnny Dollar.
This is the Countess d'Algeria.
Oh, yes.
My maid tells me that you were trying to reach me by telephone.
That's right, Countess. I want to talk to you. Where are you now?
At my residence, of course. Did you think I might come running immediately to your hotel, Mr. Dollar?
Not after hearing your description. I'm seldom that lucky.
What is it exactly that you wish to talk about?
$100,000 worth of diamonds and a dead man. I'm a special investigator.
I know who you are. I investigate before I call you.
Wow. Not only beautiful, but clever. This ought to be interesting.
I'm afraid I don't entirely understand your flippancy.
Then suppose I come over and explain it to you. Say around 8 o'clock?
I'll make a definite effort to be here.
You know something, Countess? I think it's about time somebody built a small fire right under that lovely little complacency of yours. I'll be there at 8 with matches. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Algiers, North Africa, to the Home Office, Transworld Fidelity Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Lorko Diamonds Matter. Expense account continued. Item 4, $6.80, dinner and appetizers. I'm never any good trying to spar with a lovely female suspect on an empty stomach. I was finishing up on black Algerian coffee and white Algerian brandy when a slightly green-eyed Algerian police inspector sauntered up to my table.
You, Monsieur Dollar, you special investigators really do live well.
In the lap of luxury. Pull up a chair, Inspector. Join me in a sarsaparilla?
It is on your expense account?
Be my guest.
Merci, monsieur. Bon, my favorite brand.
Help yourself.
Merci.
Anything new?
Nothing at all. A complete impasse. Allez, votre santé.
Mm-hmm. What about the man who sat next to that courier on the plane? Find out anything about him?
I'm still working on it, which is to say, of course, my men are working on it.
You police inspectors really do live well. I have to do my own legwork.
But the glory, Monsieur Dollar. To come into a mysterious affair which has all the local police baffled, and to solve it immediately in one brilliant feat of deduction, to leave everyone gasping with admiration, to make one's exit to the sound of great applause.
Not so fast, Inspector. I'm still back there with that brilliant feat of deduction.
You have not yet found the solution?
Just on the verge.
Then I will drink to your success. With your brandy, of course, and with your permission.
Go ahead. Drink up a storm. But I'm afraid I'll have to leave you pretty soon, but you can still go ahead.
No, monsieur. I suggest you change your plans. You will learn nothing which has any bearing on this matter.
Which plan do you mean?
That of questioning the Countess d'Algeria.
Now, who found that out?
As a matter of fact, she phoned me and inquired about you.
Oh, so that's how she investigated me. Went straight to headquarters.
Mais oui. Remarkable woman. Talented, beautiful.
Et cetera, and so on. And along with it, it's 9 to 1. She's in it right up to her pretty neck.
No. She is really not the type. This is an excellent brandy, monsieur. An Algerian brand, I notice. politics.
All right, Inspector. Let's bypass the byplay and lay him out face up.
I
huh?
think I prefer it to cognac.
I don't know how she does it, but she's got you hypnotized. Just mention of her name and you go into a tailspin. Every cockeyed one of you.
Exquisite. Lovely.
Maybe so, but in my book, she's a real suspect.
Elucidate, monsieur.
Well, it's simple enough. She's the only person in Algiers, that we're sure of at least, who knew that a shipment of diamonds was coming in on that plane. Why? Because she's the one who ordered them.
Monsieur, it is even simpler. She could not have poisoned the courier because she was not on that plane. She could not have stolen the briefcase from the customs property agent because it was done by a man. So, where is your case?
An accomplice, a man, with the Countess calling the shots for him.
What man, monsieur?
Well, you got a good point there.
Merci bien, monsieur.
Don't mention it. But from the influence she seems to have, it might be any man in Algiers. Inspector, it wasn't you by any chance.
You raise a very interesting point. Now, suppose the Countess should ask me to kill someone for her. I wonder what I would do.
A page boy came into the dining room looking for me. I followed him out and took the phone call in the hotel lobby. It was the American consulate with some information I'd asked for them earlier. I hung up finally and looked at my watch. I was already late for my appointment with the Countess. So I walked out the door of the hotel and flagged a taxi to the apartment of the Countess d'Atolia. She lived in the swank genteel Bois de Louet, a residential district favored by top government officials and wealthy French businessmen. But the building she lived in was a little frayed around the edges, and the maid she'd mentioned was nowhere in sight. The pieces were starting to fit together.
Good evening, Mr. Dollar.
Countess?
Since you are here, won't you come in?
Thanks.
This way, please. I'm rather surprised that you came. I was really not expecting you.
Yes, I know.
Did Inspector Marcus find you?
Look, suppose we get it straight right now. You seem to have a lot of influence with the inspector, and probably with his superiors, too, from what I hear.
Sit down, Mr. Dollar.
Thanks. Well, do we play cat and mouse for a while, or do you want to give up right now, hand them over, and, as they say, throw yourself on the mercy of the court?
I would like a cigarette.
You could always claim that you fell in with evil companions, or that a man led you astray.
They're in the box there by your elbow.
A tall, thin man, for instance, with his collar turned up and his hat pulled down, carrying a gun when last seen after slugging a customs agent at the Algiers airport.
Mr. Dollar, are you opposed to smoking on moral grounds?
No, but I'm opposed to murder. Have a cigarette?
Thank you.
Light?
Is there any other way of smoking them? Mr. Dollar, I expected you to come here and be annoying, but I didn't know you were going to be insulting as well.
That's just my mean personality.
You seem to be under the ridiculous impression that I actually had something to do with this crime.
I think you had plenty to do with it.
A sort of arch criminal, perhaps? Or what is it you call them in the States? Big shot?
Oh, Countess, you're a scream. I'll bet that courier died laughing.
If you have a reason for these opinions, or believe you have a reason, I think you'd better tell me about it. Otherwise, good night.
Oh, I have more than one reason. In the first place, I'm not certain that anyone besides you even knew the diamonds were being sent here. Except for the Lorko company, of course, and they wouldn't be likely to advertise it.
Mr. Dollar, all of my friends and most of my acquaintances have known for 3 weeks that I'd ordered that jewelry.
Oh? Well, I have a copy here of a letter that was sent to you by registered airmail from the Lorko company in Amsterdam a week ago today. According to post office records, you received it 2 days later. Remember it?
Yes, I remember.
It states the name, flight number, and time of arrival of that courier who was murdered.
I said I remember.
And it cautions you specifically not to give that information to anybody. So even if other people did know, you're the only one who knew the exact time the diamonds were coming in and exactly who was bringing them.
All right. Perhaps I am at fault in a way. There was a cocktail party at the government club the same evening I got the letter. I forgot it for a moment and told someone about it.
Who?
Just a girl I happened to be talking to.
What's her name?
It doesn't matter. She was just stopping over on a world cruise.
Anybody else hear you?
I don't know. The place was packed. Government men, business people, Army, Navy officers. Anyone might have heard.
Uh-huh. Was Inspector Marcus at the party by any chance?
Yes, I spoke with him during the evening. Mr. Dollar, I'll admit I was wrong, but there is hardly grounds for...
All right, let's get to point 3. The Countess Maria d'Atalia, Italian by birth, title inherited, old family. Goes back through one line, in fact, to Lucretia Borgia.
I did not poison the courier.
Your family estates were confiscated by Mussolini. Family migrated to Bizerte, and then to Lisbon for 3 years. You left them there and went on to London. Since the war, you've lived in Paris, on the Riviera, back to London, Mallorca, and finally here.
Have you been following me, Mr. Dollar?
The consulate was pretty thorough. Anyway, you're well known in the international set, accepted everywhere, and apparently able to get along fine on your title and your looks.
It is not very pleasant to be dissected while one is still alive.
As a matter of fact, you're flat broke. You've been living on credit for the last 4 months.
I think you have gone about far enough.
And yet 3 weeks ago, you ordered $100,000 worth of jewelry sent to you on approval. How did you plan to pay for it?
Get out.
Or did you know you wouldn't have to pay for it because it was never going to be delivered?
Get out of here. I don't have to listen to this. I don't have to answer your insulting questions. My private affairs are my own concern.
So the ice finally melted, and now you're going to blow your top.
Get out, or so help me, I'll kill you.
You mean me, too?
You...
Oh, no, hey, put that down. Don't throw that. Why, you little devil.
Stay back. Let go of me.
Settle down, then, and stop throwing things.
I will do as I please. It is my house. So Forrest.
Oh, good Lord. A woman who can even cry beautifully.
Leave me alone.
Oh, you're unbelievable, baby. The boys were right. You're everything they said you were. Oh, it's too bad.
Go away.
All right. But before I do...
What are you going... No, don't. Why did you kiss me?
Oh, it beats me. Just call it a sudden impulse.
Then you have changed your mind? You don't really think I'm guilty?
Oh, honey, I still think you're in this up to your ears. And I'll still bring you to trial if I can. And I still want to kiss you. You figure it out.
Why figure, Johnny? I liked it, too.
Oh, you ought to be locked up. If for no other reason, just to protect the guys who...
What is it, Johnny? What are you going...
That cigarette in the ashtray. Put it out fast. Get the windows open, all of them. Where's your kitchen?
Back through the hall. Johnny, what are you going to do?
Stay alive, if I can. It was gas fumes, one of the bottled gases they use for cooking in the higher-priced apartment districts. The concentration had been building up and finally seeped into the drawing room. If we'd lit another match, we'd have been blown to bits. The kitchen was dark, but I didn't dare snap a light switch. One spark would do it. So I held my breath and followed the sound and finally found the range. Every burner valve was wide open. I could vaguely make out a glass-pane door opening onto a terrace. I grabbed a breath of air and moved toward another door that looked as though it might open into a hall. It didn't. It opened into a closet, and on the closet floor there was a body.
What happened, Johnny? Why did you go... Johnny, who's that?
He's a man from the Lorko company. Name is Zeindorf.
Zeindorf? But where did you find him?
Out there on the floor of a closet.
But why? What was he doing here?
You tell me.
I don't understand it. He has no business here. What is wrong with him, Johnny?
Well, right at the moment, he seems to be a little bit dead. Johnny Dollar. Hello? Who is it? Hello? Hello?
Johnny, who is it?
I don't know, Countess. Maybe they weren't expecting a man to answer, or at least not me.
I would not know about that.
What about this guy who was lying unconscious in your closet? Would you know anything about that?
No, Johnny.
I didn't think you would. I'll give him another shot of those smelling salts.
I think he's coming, too.
Good. Maybe he'll know about some of these things.
Yes, he will. Some of them. And of course he will tell you. I was hoping it would not be brought out. I did not want you to know.
Murder is usually brought out sooner or later.
Not murder, Johnny. It is not that simple.
From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Algiers, North Africa, to the Home Office, Transworld Fidelity Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Lorko Diamonds matter. Expense account continued. Item 6, $9.30, smelling salts and a bottle of scotch. The smelling salts were needed for a double-talking fellow named Zeindorf, who'd managed to get himself gassed half to death in a closet. A representative of your client who suffered the $100,000 loss, Lorko Diamonds of Amsterdam. The scotch was for me.
Johnny, he doesn't like it. Should I go on holding them under his nose?
Yeah, sure. Keep shoving them at him until he's strong enough to fight you off. That's how smelling salts work. A person has to come to in sheer self-defense.
Nine, stop. Is more too plenty already. My nose is killed, dead. No more.
Maybe you've been poking it into the wrong places. What were you doing in that closet, Mr. Zeindorf?
It's nothing. I can tell you the entire thing in 2 words.
Use more if you need them, but make it good.
Nobody has found this beautiful diamond. Nobody has do anything. So I'm come looking for my own self.
In that closet?
9 is only for hiding. I am wait for everybody going away, going at sleep. Then I am going to looking.
In my apartment. What made you think they would be here?
You are pleased to forgiving me, Fräulein, but I am not taking the chance. I'm think to looking every place.
Who turned on the gas out there?
Do not ask it. I know nothing. I think I have sleeping some, maybe, and when I have waking, I am died almost.
Yeah. Well, apparently somebody was out to get one of us at least. Hey, what about that maid of yours, Maria? Or is there one?
Of course. She... You know, that is strange. She disappeared about the time you arrived, slipped out without a word.
Does she live here?
I think she lives up in the Kasbah. I hire her through the agency.
I see.
Do you think she did it?
Oh, the more I find out, the less I'm sure of. Maybe Mr. Zeindorf did it, trying to commit suicide over his missing trinkets.
9. Suicide is one thing I am not. And I desist to listen no more. I am to leave here immediate.
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zeindorf.
Yeah, what is it?
As I understand it, you boys in the international jewelry business are ordinarily pretty cautious in your dealings.
Yeah, the prudence, mein Herr. Always the entire prudence.
That's what I mean. You always investigate a new client thoroughly before you take any chances, is that right?
Is entire correct?
Johnny, no.
Then why did you send $100,000 worth of diamonds here to Algiers at the request of a woman who doesn't have a cent to her name?
Why, it is to me these things are always happen. Mein Herr Dollar, I am the highest ethic of business. I cannot give you answering.
Well, one of you better give me an answering.
Oh, it is all right, Mr. Zeindorf.
Please, you tell Contessa.
All right. What he is trying to say, Johnny, is this. It did not matter about my financial standing because I was not actually a client.
What do you mean? You ordered the stuff?
Yes, several pieces on approval, so I could make a selection. Anything up to $20,000. Somebody else was paying for it. It was being given to me as a gift.
By whom?
A fellow countryman of yours, a man named Charles Barrett. He's been here 3 months, lives on his yacht.
Mr. Zeindorf, how did you know this man Barrett would pay for the diamonds?
By the letter, mein Herr.
What letter?
When I wrote to the Lorko firm, I took the liberty of enclosing a letter written to me by Mr. Barrett.
His own authentical signings. We investigate immediately.
What sort of a letter was it?
He promised to pay for a gift of jewelry up to $20,000 of my own selection. In return for certain considerations.
What considerations?
Romantic, mein Herr. It is a little present of the engagement.
Is that what it was, Maria? An engagement present?
Yes.
I see.
I think I go now. It's too much has happened in this place.
Is it all right to smoke now?
Yeah, sure. The gas is cleared out. Here.
Thank you. I wish you hadn't kissed me, Johnny.
I thought you said you liked it.
I did. That is why I wish you hadn't.
Are you trying to say that...
Oh, relax, Johnny. I am not a child. No, I have not fallen in love with you any more than you have with me. But I could, very easily.
What about this man, Barrett? What's he like?
Oh, an overbearing, spoiled, middle-aged little boy.
The price sounds kind of high.
What else is there?
Ever think of working?
Where? At what? In Italy, yes. But you know what's open there for an impoverished countess.
Yeah, I know. And I suppose you can't get a work permit anywhere else, is that it?
Oh, forget it, Johnny. All I know how to do is be highly ornamental, say the right things to the right people, do the right things at the right time, and eat by stealing caviar at cocktail parties. You go hungry a lot that way.
Yeah, I guess it's rough. Well, don't let it throw you, honey. You're not the first girl who married for money.
What? I guess you don't understand. Nobody has said anything about marriage.
Oh, I see.
Well, Johnny, I imagine you will be leaving now. So, good night, Johnny. Goodbye.
For all the progress I'd made in the case, I might as well have stayed at home. Another fish off the hook. Logical suspect number one had been the customs property agent Andre Jardine. But the blow on the head that sent him to the hospital hadn't been faked. And that, plus the fact the diamond courier had shown symptoms of poisoning before the plane even landed, seemed to leave Andre in the clear. And now number two, Maria Countess d'Attalia, was apparently able to supply another answer every time she needed one. And her answers were backed up by Hans Zeindorf, Lorko's own representative. We were shortcutting through the harbor district when I began to realize that the same car had been behind us ever since we'd left Maria's. It was a low-slung English job, expensive and easy to recognize. Driver.
Oui, monsieur?
Hit the gas a little harder. See if you can shake that car behind us.
Mais oui.
The other car picked up speed to match ours and still held the same distance. Hey, try a couple of fast corners. I want to make sure.
Yeah?
The next place where the street narrows down. Stop fast. Swing crosswise. Block off the road. I want to stop that guy and have a talk with him. Hey, you understand what I mean?
Mais oui, monsieur. Just like in the movies.
Yeah, well, something like that. Hey, there's a place coming up. Let's have a go at it.
You do not worry. I will do it good.
Yeah, I only hope we've seen the same movies.
Now, monsieur.
I was out of the cab fast and running back down the street. The other driver had jammed on his brakes and finally skidded to a stop against the curb. I reached for the handle, jerked the door open, and the man inside came out swinging. A big man, a little on the beefy side, but plenty tough. I didn't know him, never seen him before. He fought silently and fought hard, but he was a sucker for a left. I knelt down on the pavement and started to go through his pockets. I hadn't even noticed the other car pull up.
Nom de chien, Monsieur Dollar.
Huh?
Do you merely plan to rob him, or do you also intend to cook him and eat him?
How you really get around, Inspector.
A policeman must socialize, monsieur. It broadens the outlook. Come, we walk. My chauffeur will take care of reviving your victim.
Do you happen to know the victim?
Mais oui. He's Monsieur Charles K. Barrett of Chicago.
Maria's ex-boyfriend.
Something of the sort, I believe.
How did you happen to get here so conveniently?
Oh, I was following you. Farther back, of course.
Then why didn't you pitch in when the fight started?
And spoil such a remarkable display of fisticuffs?
Okay.
It is true the footwork was mediocre, but the verve, the enthusiasm, the violence, superb, monsieur.
I can't quite figure you, Inspector.
Well, sometime we must talk about it. Monsieur, you will be most happy to know that we have identified the person who occupied the plane seat next to the diamond courier.
Oh?
They shared a bottle of wine during the flight. Undoubtedly, that is how the poison was administered.
And who is the person?
A man named Bobo.
Bobo?
Oui. He is well known in the Kasbah. He is a thief, smuggler, dope peddler, and it is said he can be hired as a killer.
Have you picked him up yet?
Well, I have not tried to.
Why not?
Why not? Monsieur, in the Kasbah, at the sight of a uniform, everyone vanishes, zzt, like rabbits in their holes.
The Casbah, huh?
Another thing. The property agent who was struck on the head, Andre Jardine, he has disappeared from the hospital.
Disappeared? How?
His window was open. The room was upset. It was very odd.
Yeah. Look, Inspector, I think I'll get on back to the hotel and get some sleep.
No, as you wish.
Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Maybe. Oh, there is one more thing, Monsieur Dollar.
Huh?
I think perhaps I should warn you of something in the event you should call again on the Comtesse.
Warn me of what?
Well, 2 days ago, I installed a dictaphone in her apartment.
You what?
I must admit I found your conversation this evening most entertaining.
Inspector, you are a rat.
Oh, please do not concern yourself in the least. I am the soul of discretion.
Maybe.
Monsieur, I am a Frenchman.
Twice tonight, the Casbah had been mentioned. A strange, mysterious native quarter on the steep hill behind the city. Maria had said her maid lived there, and now Bobo, who'd given poison wine to the diamond courier. I had an angle, and I had some ideas. The picture was finally starting to make sense. But I needed some more answers, and the trail led into the Casbah. Johnny Dollar.
This is Abdul.
Abdul?
You don't know me.
So?
I have the little business.
Well, I'm so happy for you. Hope it's doing well.
Not bad.
Okay,
you
what?
don't know me, but you're looking for me.
Now look, Joe, Abdul...
It is a business to get jobs for people, for servants.
Oh, the employment agent.
Ah.
Have you got the address of that girl who worked for the Countess d'Atalia?
Oh, sure. You're very lucky. She's very pretty.
You've got the wrong idea, Abdul. I just want to talk to her.
Sure.
Where does she live?
For $20, I will remember.
I'll give you 10.
No, she's worth more.
Look, knock it off. I gotta find her and talk to her fast while I'm still alive. And while she is. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Algiers, North Africa, to the Home Office Transworld Fidelity Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Lorko Diamonds Matter. $100,000 worth missing. Expense account continued. Item 9, $15 even. Gratuity, tip, gift, bonus. Why kid about it? It was a bribe. To a man named Abdul for the address of a girl named Chada. An address up in the native quarter, the Casbah. But the idea wasn't romance, no matter what Abdul thought. 4 hours earlier, in the Countess d'Atalia's apartment, somebody had turned on the gas and tried to kill one or both of us. It was 9 to 1 that the somebody was Chada the servant. I wanted to ask her why. I'd put my coat on and was just on the point of leaving my hotel. I slipped a gun into my side pocket and moved over to the door. Yeah, who is it?
Charlie Barrett. The guy you beat the daylights out of a couple hours ago, you know what I mean? No hard feelings, Dal. I just want to talk it over.
All right, Barrett. What's on your mind?
You object if I come inside? It's kind of personal, you know what I mean?
Probably. All right, come on in.
Much obliged. Hey, I didn't know who you were, but when we got in that little fracas, that cop told me about it afterward. Man, you really got a wallop on you. You make a fella know he's had it, you know what I mean?
Is that why you're here, a post-mortem on the fight?
No. That's done and over. You whipped me, fair and square, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, Barrett, if you've got anything to say, let's have it fast. I'm in a hurry to get out of here.
Oh, well, I sure don't want to take up no more of your time than necessary. I know how it is. Of course, I'm on vacation now, but back in Chicago, I'm in the meat business.
Look, Barrett, would you
At
please...
least in a way I am. I'm in byproducts, actually. You know what they say? Use everything but the squeal. Well, I'm the fella that cans a squeal, you get it?
Oh, brother.
What I come here for was maybe to get it straightened out about that dame.
Do you mean the Countess d'Atalia?
Countess. Them titles are a dime a dozen. I can buy 'em, sell 'em like sausages.
Well, what about her?
Now, look, neighbor, I was figuring to come here and put it to you man to man. You know what I mean?
I know what I'm beginning to think you mean.
I figure when you seen my position, you'd want to do the square thing. Like anybody on the right side of the fence would. You with me, neighbor?
You better drop that neighbor business. I've moved.
Well, Dollar, the thing stacks up like this. Now, I already had my claim staked there before you even got in town. I got a lot of money invested in that dame.
Barrett, so help me.
I've been taking her around places, feeding her, buying her, one thing and another. Why, I was even going to kick through for a 20-grand chunk of ice for her. Well, she and I had that fight last week.
You what?
That dame's got highfalutin ideas.
What fight? What are you talking about?
Well, I just put it to her, cold turkey. I told her she had to quit Jenny flipping around with all those other fellas. Or I just wasn't going to have nothing more to do with her. Well, that made her mad, you understand? She lit into me. Man, you ought to hear that dame talk when she's mad. You'd think
Hey,
that
look,
she...
when was this fight? Was it before the diamonds were sent here?
Why, sure. Sure, I said if that's the way she was going to act, she could forget about them diamonds. Well, I ain't seen her since or talked to her, but I just can't seem to get her off my mind. Now, look, Dolly, you was in her apartment there for 2 hours and 40 minutes tonight, and I don't like it. It bothers me.
Strictly business, Barrett. And I gotta get going.
Now, wait a minute, Dolly. Just wait a minute. We still got something to settle here. Like I told you, I got money.
Barrett, get out.
You better hold your horses. I don't know if you know the name C.K. Barrett, if that means anything to you. But I got influence back there in them United States.
So it's the hard way, huh?
Look, you just work for that company of yours. You're nothing but an employee. And if you think you can talk to me like you can to some of these foreigners, then here, now.
Still a sucker for a left. Hello, room service. This is Johnny Dollar. Some drunk just wandered in here and passed out. Would you send up a couple of boys to drag it out in the hall? Expense account item 10, $5.30. A tip to the bellboys and taxi fare to the Casbah. The taxi dropped me off at the end of the causeway, and from there on I walked. It was late, well after midnight, but the narrow, crooked alleys were teeming with life. Some of it out in the open, some of it under cover. Small groups of people met together here and there along the cobbled streets. Men of 24 tongues and dialects. And women, too, slipped silently in and out of the dark doorways, or crouched over tables in the dim-lit cafes and coffee houses. Groups usually fell silent when I passed and stared with hostile curiosity. The Casbah, backwash of North Africa. Little known, seldom bothered, and scarcely policed. And for an outsider, especially at night, more dangerous than dynamite. The address Abdul had given me turned out to be a coffee house, but it could still be legitimate. And there was only one way to find out.
What do you want?
I want to see Chata.
What for?
Private reasons.
Chata's not here.
Where can I find her?
Take a seat. Table in the corner. Maybe she come.
I took the seat, ordered coffee, and waited. A wrinkled old Arab squatted on a rug in the middle of the room and played strange, weird melodies. Gradually, the other patrons went back to their conversations, ignoring me completely. In fact, pointedly. 20 minutes passed. The girl didn't show.
You will, of course, not object, monsieur, if I take the liberty of joining you?
No, sit down.
Merci. So, you wish to see Chat?
Yeah, that's right. Do you know her?
Oui, I know her very well.
Know where to find her?
But naturally, monsieur. I always know where to find her. She's my woman.
Oh, so you're the man they call Bobo.
Oui, monsieur.
The man who poisoned the diamond courier.
Oh, monsieur, it is true that I gave him some wine. A little, not much. But I think perhaps it was a bad vintage. Yes, most unfortunate.
It was for him.
Well, perhaps it was for the best. Life is so uncertain. But I do not wish to think of such unpleasantness. Instead, let us talk about diamonds.
Let's talk about killing, or attempted killing. Is Chata the one who turned on the gas in the Countess's apartment?
Well, it is possible that she did that.
On whose orders?
It was nothing personal, monsieur. I didn't even know that you were going to be there.
I see. Then you really meant to...
Diamonds, monsieur. That's enough of this foolish talk of killing.
All right. All right, what about the diamonds?
You were sent here by the company that has insured them. Is that not correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And this company would like very much to recover these diamonds?
That's why I'm here.
C'est bien. Now, I'm told that these companies sometimes give large rewards Agree to an arrangement of a sort?
Make a deal, you mean? With no questions asked.
Yes, exactly. Now, is this thing true, monsieur? Is it possible that you would...
Do you have the diamonds, Bobo?
Well, let us say that I'm able to direct you to their location.
You could almost call that a confession.
What does it matter, so long as we are in the Casbah?
Oh, yeah, sure. I imagine you have been spotted all over the place.
At least 30, right in this room. I am in no danger here, monsieur.
Tell me something. You didn't pull off this job by yourself. Who else was in on it?
I only wish to talk about the diamonds. Well, can we come to an arrangement?
Bobo, I don't make deals with murderers.
It is better that you do not use such words, monsieur.
It's true, though, isn't it?
That is not the question. It is only that I resent the insulting way in
Bobo!
which you...
Bobo, gendarme!
Why you coming here?
Bobo!
Wait. Did you arrange for the police to come here, monsieur?
I'm as surprised as you are, Bobo.
Consider this matter of the deal. We will talk more at some other time, eh? Allez,
The patrons rushed for the doors, and in 1 minute flat, the coffee house was empty. Even the owner was gone. I was the only one left. 3 minutes later, the inspector, with a flying squad of 20 men, came bursting in from the street.
Well, Monsieur Dollar, I'm happy to find you are still alive.
Why don't you get lost somewhere?
For you, I think it most fortunate that we arrive in time.
Oh, sure, in time to foul up the only lead I had in this case.
To lose a suspect is better than to lose one's life, monsieur.
Look, Inspector, I was holding a gun in my pocket, covering Bobo from the second he sat down at the table.
But, monsieur,
So 30 men or not, if it had come to a showdown, he couldn't have done a thing. Because he'd have been the first one to get it, and he's smart enough to have known that.
But I thought
Let's
that...
face it, Inspector, you've done it again. You goofed.
But I was only thinking perhaps... Mon Dieu, what is to happen next?
The shooting was somewhere outside, but it hadn't been the police. All of the inspector's men were inside the coffee house. He gave them orders quickly, and they fanned out to search the area. The streets were empty now, dark and silent, not a soul in sight. We split up into pairs. I worked with Inspector Marcus for a while, then left him and searched alone along a narrow side passage. And that's where I found him. He'd been shot 3 times in the back, and he was dying.
Monsieur Dollar.
Yeah, Bobo.
You can't forget that deal, I think.
Yeah. It's a little too late for deals now. Who was in on it with you, Bobo? Look, you've got nothing to lose by talking. You know that, don't you?
Accept my honor, monsieur. As a citizen of the Casbah.
Who shot you?
A dragon, monsieur. 12 feet tall, with fiery eyes.
All right, Bobo, all right. But just tell me this. Just one thing. Are you the man who attacked the property agent at the airport? The man who slugged Andre Jourdain?
Oui, monsieur. I do it very good. No. Almost I kill him. It's too bad.
A minute or two later, Inspector Marcus came up, and we stood there looking down at the dead man lying on the stones of the alley. He was a short man, stockily built, with wide shoulders and a deep chest. It was the body of a man of action, of accomplishment. But he'd chosen to be a smuggler, dope peddler, thief, and killer. And now he had become the victim of another killer.
Did he say anything, monsieur? Was he able to talk?
Yeah, enough.
Eh? What is it you mean, monsieur? Do you know who is guilty of this?
Yeah, that's right, Inspector. I know the whole story now. The whole filthy, rotten story. Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is Maria.
Maria? Well, isn't it kind of late at night to call?
You've got to help me, Johnny. I'm being followed.
Aren't you at home?
No, it's a little cafe on the waterfront. I came in here to phone.
Why the devil did you have to go out? Everything was set up. If you'd stayed home, you'd have been safe. What are you trying to do, get yourself killed?
Johnny, this is no time.
Where are you? What's the name of the place?
The Marrakesh, number 41 Rue de la Mer. I'm afraid to go outside.
No, whatever you do, don't go outside. Stay right where you are until I get there.
But Johnny...
Take your choice, Maria. It's either that or wind up on a marble slab.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You know better than anybody. Now stay there. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Algiers, North Africa, to the Home Office, Transworld Fidelity Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Lorko Diamonds Matter. $100,000 in jewels stolen and a murder. Expense account continued. Item 12, $2.20. Taxi fare to the waterfront of the Marrakesh Cafe. There was no time to lose and no time to get help from Inspector Marcus. A half hour earlier, he'd set a trap, and he and his men were staked out around Maria's apartment house waiting. But apparently, she'd gone to the cafe before he got there. So now the whole thing had blown wide open. The Rue de la Mer was a dead-end street close to the water, deserted at this hour of night. A couple of dim street lights and a light over the door of the Marrakesh Cafe. Everything else was in darkness. There was no movement, no sign of life.
Over here, Johnny. Oh, thank heaven you got here.
No trouble so far, huh?
No, except with that sailor over there. He finally passed out.
Oh, you're probably used to that kind of trouble. Cigarette?
Yes, thank you.
Now, what were you doing down here at this time of night?
I was visiting a friend.
Is that the friend's car parked out at the curb?
Yes.
Charlie Barrett, huh? The meat packer from Chicago who was going to give you the Lorko diamonds. Well, I figured he'd got over his mad spell.
How did you know about it?
He told me just before I knocked him out for the second time tonight. He said you two had a fight over a week ago, and that he told you he wasn't buying any diamonds after all.
Well, it was just...
For a while, I thought I had you tagged again. I wondered why you hadn't canceled the order when you'd been told he wasn't going to pay for the stuff.
Johnny, it was just a talk. I knew he would come around.
Yeah, well, that's about the way I figured it. Another explanation. So I let you off the hook again.
Why, Johnny? Why have you been trying so hard?
Trying what?
To find some way of involving me in this.
Well, the facts just seemed to turn up. I wasn't trying to find them.
It made a big difference, didn't it? Learning about Mr. Barrett.
Learning what about him?
That I was accepting a $20,000 gift from him.
Why should it? Your life's your own.
It did, though. Before that, you were... Well, seemed to be interested.
Sure. You're a very beautiful woman.
And that's all it was?
What more did you want?
All right, Johnny. Forget it. I don't blame you.
Hey, tell me something. What about Barrett? Now that you've kissed and made up, is the engagement back on again?
I haven't decided yet, Johnny.
Well, come on. Let's get out of here. I'll take you home.
Do you think it's safe?
There was no sign of anybody around when I came in. Whoever it was probably got scared off.
Oh, I was scared to death. When I saw the lights of the cafe, I jammed on the brakes and ran for the door. The other car was right behind me.
Get a look at the driver?
No.
How'd you get hold of Barrett's car? Borrow it?
He gave it to me.
Not a bad night's work. It's a good car. Get in.
You really play rough, don't you, Johnny?
Sometimes. It depends on the... Get down, quick, back of the car. It came from across the street. It's pitch black over there.
What are you going to do?
Look, Maria, you're safe as long as you're back of the car here.
What about you?
I can't get a shot from here. I'm pinned down. I'm going to make a run for that stone curb. Try to draw a shot and see where the flash comes from.
Be careful, Johnny.
Oh, don't worry, kid. I'm the carefulest guy you ever saw. All right, now sit tight. Here goes.
Are you all right, Johnny?
Yeah, I think I got him spotted. Let's see just how close I can...
Here's somebody running away.
Yeah, so do I. Now, where the devil? Why don't they get some streetlights down there?
That car that's starting up.
Yeah, I see it.
They're getting away.
One lucky shot might... Give me your keys. Wait here. I'm going after him.
No, I'm going with you.
Then pile in. Hurry up. Let's go. A few blocks away, I picked up the taillights of the other car and poured on the gas to keep hanging on. We roared through the empty streets along the waterfront, then swung into the coast road and headed out of the city. The model I was driving had been built for road racing, and barring accidents, I didn't figure the car ahead had much chance of shaking me. It was a narrow, winding road following the rocky edge of the headlands, and the curves were sharp and dangerous, especially at the speed we were traveling. Finally, it happened. The car ahead roared up a steep grade and missed the curve at the top. It rolled over and over, the headlights cutting crazy patterns in the blackness as it plunged down towards the beach. I finally braked to a stop about 30 yards from the wreck, jumped out and started toward it, and just then... the gas tank caught and burst, and the car exploded into a tower of flames. I caught a glimpse of the driver, pinned in the wreck. Then the fire took over and covered him. And I knew one thing was certain. He'd had it.
It's dying down.
Yeah. The gasoline is all burned now.
What a terrible way to die.
What way isn't?
I guess... Johnny, could I have a cigarette, please?
Yeah, sure. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, light up, Maria, while you watch him burn.
What a horrible thing to say.
It's quite a relief, though, isn't it, knowing you're safe now?
Well, of course it's a relief when someone has just tried to kill you and now you know that they...
That's true, but it's not what I meant.
I don't think I understand you.
What I meant was you're safe because now he won't be able to talk.
Able to... Who won't be able? Do you mean you know who's in that car?
Of course, and so do you. It's the customs property agent, Andre Jardine.
Andre?
Sure. Who else would have any reason to kill you, since he was the only one left after... Oh, I guess you haven't heard about it yet. Bobo's dead, too.
What? Who is Bobo?
Your other partner. Andre shot him in the back earlier tonight up in the Casbah. So you're doubly safe now, Maria. They're both dead. And for everything else, you've got an explanation. With just one exception.
I don't even know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
now, don't be modest. Actually, it was quite a scheme, whether you thought it up or Andre did.
Oh, you are out of your mind.
The idea was to make sure the diamond courier died, either on the plane or at least before he got through customs. That way, the courier's briefcase would be sent to Andre's office. Then Bobo was to help Andre fake the stick-up. But Bobo turned out to be a tough cookie.
This may be true,
Instead
but
of sticking to plan, he decided to go for broke. When he slugged Andre, he tried to make it stick, but Andre managed to reach his gun, so he ended up in the hospital instead of the Mohr.
What has all this got to do with me?
Then Andre got the idea of a double cross. He left the hospital, went into the Casbah to look for Bobo. He found him, and he killed him.
I still don't see
His
what...
next step was a natural, to knock you off and keep the whole take for himself. We expected it, and we were ready for him. Inspector Marcus is staked out right now at your apartment house, waiting for Andre to show up. We didn't know you'd already gone out earlier.
Well, all of this may be true, Johnny. But why do you insist on trying to fit me into the picture?
Because that's where you belong. I mentioned the fact that you'd been able to come up with an explanation every time you needed it, with just one exception.
What exception?
Both Andre and Bobo have tried to kill you this evening. Why? Unless you were in on this thing. What reason would they have?
Well, I don't know. Of course. Why should I know? I don't know why they tried to kill me, Johnny.
Oh, a good answer, Maria. And it'll probably work. Yeah, you figured that one out fast.
I don't know what you mean.
No, of course you don't. Well...
Who has the diamonds?
I will before morning.
Johnny, why couldn't you...
Knock it off, kid. You got the wrong guy. It won't work with me.
It could.
Sure, I know. You're beautiful, charming, lovely. And you're rotten. Rotten right to the core.
What are you doing, Johnny?
Going back to town.
Well, wait for me.
Goodbye, Maria.
Johnny, wait! Johnny!
An hour later, I was out at the air terminal in the customs property office watching Inspector Marcus open a vault.
Mon Dieu, what a nuisance. Always they make these combinations so difficult.
That's the general idea, Inspector.
True, but still one would think... There we are. And now, if you are correct, Monsieur Dollar, we shall soon have our hands...
There, that briefcase in the corner.
Mais oui. It is the one.
Good. Let's have a look at it.
It will be necessary to force the lock.
Here, pry it open with this. Looks like an easy one.
It is merely a matter of... Voila. Beautiful, no?
Yeah. Too beautiful.
Tell me something, Monsieur Dollar. What made you know that Andre Jardine was guilty?
Something Bobo said, just before he died.
Yeah.
He confessed he was the man who had slugged Andre. But Andre had described his assailant as tall and thin. Bobo was short with a stocky build. Andre had lied.
And all this time, the diamonds were right here in this vault to which Andre, as property agent, had access.
Can you think of a safer place? Hey, Inspector, what about Maria Dattoria?
Well, I am inclined to agree with you, Monsieur Dollar, but, well...
Yeah, I know. Nothing but suspicion.
Yeah, precisely. If I were to file charges and bring her to trial on such evidence as this, well, she would cry a little, perhaps, and look very beautiful. And, monsieur, the court would hang me Notaire.
Yeah, you're right. You could never make it stick.
C'est la vie.
Expense account item 13, $624.80. Hotel, meals, and incidentals in Algiers and transportation back to the States. Expense account total, $1,214.60. End of expense account. End of report. Remarks? Social item. To be circulated widely. The Countess Maria D'Atolia was married yesterday to C.K. Barrett, a big tycoon in the meat business. The happy couple will make their home in Chicago. All companies in that area who may be asked to underwrite insurance on the life of C.K. Barrett don't. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Remember, there'll be a new exciting story on Johnny Dollar beginning next Monday.
Next week, the Broderick Matter, an exciting chase after a charming, beautiful girl. After all, who wouldn't? Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Lillian Buyeff, Jack Moyles, Victor Perrin, C.K. Barrett, Lawrence Dobkin, Forrest Lewis, and Jay Novello. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. A really strong serial. I love how they used audio to tell a story in a very distant location that would be expensive to film, and they did a great job bringing it to life, and the whole story has a very noirish feel that suits it. Now, some specifics on the serial. The "after you, Alphonse" joke towards the beginning was one I was educated on last time we played this as separate episodes. It references a comic strip that was written in the beginning of the 20th century by Frederick Bunn Opper, in which two Frenchmen, Alphonse, short and fat, and Gaston, who is ridiculously tall and lanky, meet each other, and they bow to each other. "After you, my dear Alphonse," and the response, "You first, my dear Gaston." The joke is that both are so polite and that no one will take precedence that they actually never end up doing anything. This strip ran for more than a decade, and I would imagine that there had to be some other joke in those scripts, but based on the comment by Inspector Marcus about there being only two jokes, I would guess not. It's a pop culture meme, and a bit weird because by the time of this episode, Alphonse and Gaston hadn't had their own strip for decades, and Opera had died 18 years previously, but the pop culture image persisted. In fact, Wikipedia points to a New York Times article that referenced the strip in 2009. I personally might want to choose a less obscure reference, and coming from me, I know I'm one to talk about that. Inspector Marcus is a solid J. Novello character. While there are some similarities to his Sam Sabaya character on Rocky Jordan, Inspector Marcus is really a different sort of character. He resents Johnny a little bit, but not so much that it hurts the case or causes him to behave in a way that you really ever get mad at as a member of the audience. Mostly you get the sort of low-key digs that Sergeant Corbett might deliver on the Falcon, although I think with a little bit better style. And it's often hilarious. I loved his takedown of Johnny's fight with C.K. Barrett. Speaking of C.K. Barrett, there was a bit of a goof, to use a phrase from this story, in announcing that C.K. Barrett was part of the cast. Barrett was a character played by Gerald Mohr, who we heard a couple of weeks ago as Philip Marlowe, and who also recorded his own audition for the role of Johnny Dollar before Bob Bailey got the part. I don't know who voiced Bobo, but that was a top-notch Peter Lorre character. That's obviously what they were going for, Peter Lorre, and it worked. And it was a case with Lorre and other actors who became iconic. Even if you were not a radio production that had the budget to get such an actor, you could evoke the actor. Essentially, Johnny's description painted a picture of Bobo as Peter Lorre, and then we get an actor doing a great Lorre impression, and the audience just imagines that Peter Lorre is in the episode. The way this story plays out was really interesting, particularly in regards to the fate of the Countess. It's rare for a bad guy to get away with it during the golden age of radio, but she's clever enough to have kept her distance from so many aspects of the crime, and lucky enough that all of her Confederates are dead. It's a nod to realism and also to what Johnny's actual job is. He actually succeeded. His job was to get back the diamonds. However, he's got a sense of justice, and so the fact that the Countess gets away with her crimes bothers him. But there's nothing to be done, and while Johnny raised the possibility of her killing Barrett, I think that would be far riskier than anything she tried, and she didn't strike me as the type to take that sort of risk. The only bad thing to happen to her out of all this is that she has to go through with her marriage to Barrett. And based on the brief interactions we get with Barrett, marrying him will come with its own problems. Know what I mean? Alright, well now it is time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day. And I want to go ahead and thank Nolan. Nolan's been one of our Patreon supporters since April 2018. Currently supporting the podcast at the rookie level of $2 or more per month. Thank you so much for your support, Nolan. And that will actually do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. While this is our last listener support special, we will be bringing you another special next Sunday, unlike any other we've done before. But I will say no more. We'll be back with something next Sunday. But join us back here tomorrow for the adventures of the Falcon, where...
Police are looking for Hazel Walsh in connection with her husband's murder. So when a heavily veiled woman carrying a heater walks in on a private detective 12 hours later, the chances are she didn't come to consult him for pleasure.
I didn't kill Frank, Mr. Waring.
I was with Sergeant Corbett when we found him. He named you as his killer.
I didn't do it.
You had a motive.
If you mean his insurance policy,
No, I'm not talking about money. According to Corbett, Frank's favorite indoor sport was bouncing you around.
That's not true.
It'll be easy enough to prove.
But, Mr. Waring, I swear I didn't kill Frank.
Well, you've got nothing to hide.
Who are you calling?
Sergeant Corbett. We're going over and have a talk with him.
Put down that phone.
Now, look, Mrs. Walsh.
Put it down.
If you want me to work for you...
No, thanks. I've just changed my mind.
Now, look, you're acting like a 6-year-old. Now, I'm going to call the police.
And I say you're going to do nothing of the kind. Oh.
I hope you'll be with us then. In a moment, we're going to bring you a yours truly Johnny Dollar serial omnibus. But I do want to encourage you, if you enjoy the podcast, to follow us using your favorite podcast software. The serial we'll bring you today, and since it's Christmas time, in a way this isn't a surprise, is the Nick Shurn matter. Now, of course, longtime listeners might know that I already did an omnibus of the Nick Shurn matter that was recorded back in 2014. Why am I doing it again? There are two reasons. First, I feel in the past 10 years I've grown as a host. And now that I'm a full-time podcaster, I feel like I can put a little bit more time into composing and thinking out my commentaries. And the second reason is that I absolutely love this story. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and you'll hear it when you get to the commentary. This is one of my all-time favorite stories. And I really want to express how well I like it and why I like it. And I feel that I did that back in 2023 when we did the serialized version. I was really proud at what I wrote and what I was able to say. And I want that attached to the omnibus. So we'll be providing that commentary for those who are going to listen to the whole omnibus, with just a couple minor tweaks. In addition to that, in order to make this extra special, we are doing something different with comments and feedback. Typically, at the end of one of our stories, you'll hear listener comments that have been sent in about previous episodes. However, for this episode, you'll hear comments that listeners shared in response to the Nick Shurn matter, which isn't something we've done before. I hope it makes for a really good listening experience. Now, all of that said, here from December 19th through the 23rd, 1956, is the Nick Shurn matter.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
Don Wilkins, Johnny. Tri-Mutual Limited.
Oh, hi, Don. Thanks for the Christmas present.
Well, just don't take out the cork near an open flame.
Yeah.
Say, you know anything about a guy named Mel Pryker?
Nothing good about him. Why?
Got himself killed last night. Murdered.
Pryker was born to be murdered.
Maybe so, but not at our expense. We're holding a $100,000 policy on him.
Wow. Who's the beneficiary?
His partner, Nick Shurn.
Nick Shurn. You picked a fine pair of rats.
Yeah, I know that now. The New York police are holding Shurn, but they've got no evidence. Go down there and check it out for us, Johnny. If Nick did the killing, we're off the hook.
Any witnesses?
One, apparently, the hat check girl in that nightclub of theirs.
What's her story?
I wish I knew. She's disappeared. We gotta find her, Johnny, before some of Nick's hoodlums find her.
Don, maybe they already have.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Home Office, Tri-Mutual Insurance Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an account of expenditures during my investigation of the Nick Shurn matter. Item 1, 2280, transportation to New York, tips and incidentals, and taxi fare to the office of Lieutenant Ed Rafferty, Homicide Division, the man in charge of the case.
Oh, hiya, Johnny. How have you been?
Not bad, Ed. How's the homicide business?
Terrible. Did you look at that teletype? Shoplifting. 5 complaints right in a row. The week before Christmas, that's all we get. Shoplifters.
Mel Pryker wasn't shoplifting.
Oh, you working on it, Johnny?
Yeah, the insurance angle. Nick Shurn's the beneficiary. $100,000 policy.
Well, you got a tough one, boy. Shurn killed him all right, but I don't think we're going to be able to stick him. Come on in the office. Hey, you know what that kid of mine wants for Christmas?
Marilyn Monroe?
Oh, next year, Johnny. He's only 10, you know. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks.
No, he wants a motorbike. Can you tie that? 10 years old, and he says he needs a motorbike. Have a chair.
Okay. Well, look, I know a factory representative here who'll make you a good deal on one, Ed.
Oh, now, forget it, Johnny. No, I was 14 before I even had a pair of roller skates. And then I had to buy them myself. Yeah, kids are spoiled today. That's the half of what's wrong with them. There's the file on the case. What little we've got.
Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, how'd it happen, Ed?
You mean, how do I think it happened?
That's good enough for me.
Mel Pryker and Nick Shurn were both in the rackets for years, as you probably know.
Yeah, I've heard rumors.
Well, a while back, they teamed up and opened a string of supper clubs. That's where Pryker got it, in their main club, the Ches Colette.
Strictly legitimate, huh?
Yeah, more or less, I guess. They could afford to be. The dough they were making and arguing over, according to the word around.
That's the reason for the killing, the way you see it.
Sure. Nick figured if half was good, all the take would be twice as good.
And the insurance on top of it.
You're a fast one, Johnny. Anyhow, several people heard the shots about 2:30 in the morning, it was, right after the club closed, but none of them bothered to report it. The clean-up crew came in at 3 and found Pryker's body. He was lying in his office, shot twice, gun on the floor beside him, no prints. It was his own gun, and it was kept there in his desk.
Where was Nick Shurn?
Well, we picked him up an hour later at another one of their clubs. The manager was with him, and, Benny Stark. Now, he used
Benny, yeah, I know. Trigger man for Nick's mob in the old days. 15 years overdue for hanging.
That's our Benny. Anyhow, they both swear that Nick was there from 1:30 on.
Uh-huh. What about a paraffin test, Ed?
Positive, clear to the elbow, and you can throw it out the window.
What do you mean?
Earlier that evening, Nick spent 2 hours at a shooting gallery uptown, firing a pistol.
Ooh, smart, huh? He really planned for it.
He really did. But without a witness, we haven't got a chance.
I understand there was a witness. Some girl who was mixed up in it.
Easy, Johnny. You're talking to a Rafferty.
So the girl's Irish.
Miss Kathleen O'Dare. Old country, back 3 generations. County Kildare.
Then naturally she's as innocent as a newborn babe.
Naturally.
Then how does she figure?
Well, a taxi driver who knows her said that he saw her leave the club 5 minutes after the shots. She denied it, said that she left at closing time. Well, now, in my book, she was lying.
Scared to talk, huh?
Paralyzed. And with plenty of reason. You know Shurn's reputation.
Well, what about the cab driver?
Now, I changed his story. He said it might have been some other girl he saw.
Oh, no, don't tell me, Ed. Let me guess.
That's right. His name's O'Toole.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention that Kathleen's pretty.
Naturally.
Anyhow, I let her go. I had to. And when I went around to talk to her this morning, she'd flown the coop.
Any chance some of Nick's boys grabbed her?
I don't think so. It looked more like she came home, packed in a hurry, took her kid, and blew.
Kid?
8-year-old daughter.
Irish and a mother, too. I was on sacred ground.
Oh, I was fingering me gun. No, seriously, Johnny. Would you find her? She may be able to break Nick's alibi, and it's our only chance.
And it might be her only chance. Nick Shurn's not the boy to leave a loose end lying around.
I know. I've got 30 men checking bus depots, airlines.
And no luck, huh?
In this mess at this time of year, I'm a hard-boiled cop, Johnny. I've got no Christmas spirit. I'm glad it only comes once per annum.
Well, there's not very much to go on, that's for sure. I'll see what I can turn up, Ed. Check with you later.
All right, that's fine. Oh, by the way, Johnny.
Yeah?
About that friend of yours.
What friend?
The guy with the motorbikes. How would I be getting in touch with him?
Oh, yeah, his name's Ralph Sterner. He's in the phone book, office in the Mackley building. Hard-boiled cop.
Well, they're kids, only young ones.
Yeah, sure.
Now, you find that O'Dare girl. Find her, keep her alive, and get her to talk.
How long have I got to find her?
What do you mean?
Nick Shurn. How much longer can you hold him?
Johnny, he was turned loose an hour ago.
So that was it. A lot of maybes, a lot of questions, and a lot of pressure. A job to be done and done fast. Find one Kathleen O'Dare, former hat check girl at the Chez Colette. Keep Nick Shurn's hoodlums away from her, and persuade her to talk. And 3 to 1, Nick was looking for her, too. He was free now, on the loose. And he might be anywhere. Only the way it turned out, he wasn't just anywhere. He was in one particular place.
Johnny.
Parked right smack in front of the precinct station.
Over here, Johnny.
He was sitting in the back seat of a sedan, and his trigger man, Benny Stark, was at the wheel.
Been a long time, hasn't it, Johnny?
About 5 years, as I remember it, Nick. It was that warehouse robbery over in Queens when you got away with $40,000 worth of furs.
You've forgotten. I was acquitted on that one.
Oh, yeah, I know. After they pulled the only witness out of the East River, his feet in a bucket of cement.
Just coincidence. I never seen him before.
You've seen Miss O'Dare before.
Sure I have. She works for me. She's a good kid, Johnny.
So I hear.
I wouldn't harm a hair on that girl's head.
She'll be relieved when I tell her that.
Get in. I want to talk to you.
No. Sorry, Nick. I like it fine just the way it is. In the car, I'd be outnumbered.
You got me all wrong, Johnny. I don't play that way anymore.
What about Benny? Has he reformed, too?
Well, if that's what... Benny, go take a walk.
Yeah, boss, but...
I said go take a walk.
Okay.
Get in, Johnny.
Well, what's on your mind, Nick?
You working on this case?
Yeah, I'm on it. Why?
That's what I figured. I was talking to my lawyer in there and saw you go to Rafferty's office. I guess the insurance company's going to try to welch on that claim.
It's your party, Nick. You talk.
I got a better idea.
What's that?
You know, it's real nice out in Las Vegas this time of year, Johnny. A man could have a lot of fun out there for the next month with maybe $10,000 to play with.
What man are you talking about?
You.
I don't have $10,000.
You will. 30 minutes from now, if you say the word.
Oh, Nick, you're lucky we're not standing out there on the sidewalk. In a car seat, I haven't got room to swing.
Still a fool, huh?
I don't know. Why don't you write me about it? You'll have plenty of time. Up there in the death cell.
Suppose I didn't make any claim on that policy. And you wouldn't have any reason to stay on the case.
No sale, Nick. $100,000 is a lot of money. I'd want to find out why you didn't make a claim.
You know why. You're out to pin this on me, and so are the cops. A man with a record hasn't got a chance.
You should have thought of that before you killed Mel Pranker.
Want to know something, Johnny? I didn't kill him.
Well, I'm betting you did.
What do you care who killed him? You're not shedding any tears over it.
No, but I'd sure hate to see you get away with it. And I'd hate it even more if anything happened to that girl.
Kathy O'Dare? Now, what could happen to her?
She just might fall in the river. She probably thinks she's safe as long as she hides from the police and refuses to talk. She doesn't know you very well.
You had me all wrong, Johnny.
You know, you hear a lot about peace on earth, goodwill toward men around this time of year. Well, I don't have much goodwill toward the kind of rat you are. And I figured there'd be more peace on earth if you weren't on it. Push me, and maybe that's what'll happen.
Well, at least that's fair warning.
Yeah, it's fair warning. I'm going to tag you for this, Nick. You can count on it. Expense account item 2, $2.40. Taxi to the East Side rooming house of Kathy O'Dare. I didn't have much hope of turning up anything. Ed Rafferty and his men had already been through the place inch by inch. But it was the only starting point I had. The landlady was out, and a uniformed policeman led me into Kathy's flat. I spent an hour and a half and got nowhere. I went through her mail, bills, advertisements, casual notes from men she'd met at the club. But nothing personal, not even a postcard. There were no pictures, photographs of Kathy or her daughter anywhere in the flat. She'd made a clean sweep, then left in a hurry. And obviously, she didn't mean to be found. But I had to find her, and fast. It was dusk when I left. The street lamps were on, and the colored Christmas lights in the windows along the block. Snow was falling in big, soft, gentle flakes, and there was a holiday feeling in the air. It was neither the time nor the setting for murder.
Make contributions, son? Give a little something to help the poor?
Oh, sure. How's it going this year, Santa?
Oh, it's better than usual, but it just seems there's never enough to go around, no matter how... Well, bless you, son. Thank you kindly.
Don't mention it. Good luck, Pop.
Thank you, son.
Well, the city ought to clean the streets better.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry, Benny. It's not my day for punks.
Get some friends who want to talk to you. Start walking, Johnny, down the alley.
It's dark down there.
Start walking. This ain't just my hand in my pocket.
It better be, Benny, with 2 cops standing up there on the porch watching.
What are you talking about? There ain't no cops.
I smashed him in the mouth and knocked him flat. Followed it up and kicked his gun. I got it. He rolled over, came to his feet, and rushed me. I was hoping he would.
He have that coming, son?
He had it coming.
Well, he sure did get it.
Yeah. Hey, you know something, Pop? I think Benny wants to make a contribution to help the poor.
Well, he ain't saying no.
Oh, he's a good boy, at the moment at least. Here you go. That ought to help some.
3, 4, $500.
Put it where it'll do the most good.
Well, Merry Christmas, son. Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you, Pop, and many more of them. Hey, taxi! Johnny Dollar.
This is Mrs. Gottler speaking.
Gottler?
I'm Kathleen O'Dare's landlady.
Oh,
You
yeah.
left word you wanted to talk to me.
That's right. I'm trying to find Miss O'Dare. Do you know where she is?
You a friend of hers?
I think I will be once I meet her. I'm an insurance investigator. I want to help her.
That's what the other one said.
What do you mean? What other one?
Fella that come up here a while ago, short, mean-faced, shifty-eyed.
Benny Stark? Was that his name?
He didn't say, Mr. Dollar. I guess he was too busy.
Busy? Doing what?
Breaking my good right arm.
I'll be right over. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, New York City, to the Home Office, Tri-Mutual Insurance Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Nick Shurn matter. Expense account continued. Item 5, $2.30. Taxi to Mrs. Gottler's rooming house, the place Kathy O'Dare had called home until she disappeared.
Come in. Get your hands up.
Mrs. Gottler.
That I,
Well, look, I'm Johnny Dollar. I talked to you on the phone. It's all right. You can put that gun down.
Well, I guess it's you all right. I'm sorry, Mr. Dollar, but I've only got one good arm left, and I'm aiming to keep it. Pull up a chair.
Thanks. Oh, kind of rough boy, huh?
I'd have showed him who was rough if I could have got a hold of my gun. I'd have blasted him, Christmas week or not. I'd have blasted him, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
And me with all these presents to wrap. How can you wrap presents with one arm? Bad as being a paper hanger.
Well, I'll be glad to help out, Mrs. Gottler. I won't guarantee what they'll look
Well,
like.
now, I sure do appreciate it, and don't worry about their looks. I got to get them wrapped, that's all. Oh, let's see now. This paper goes on that one.
Oh, all right.
It's a water muffler for my nephew over in Brooklyn. You know them terrible winters they have over there.
Oh, yeah, they're frightful. Of course, it may be better this year. The Dodgers won the pennant.
Nothing but luck. It won't happen next year.
You never know. Hey, tell me something, Mrs. Gottler. How come Benny worked you over? Why did he break your arm?
Here. Stick this card on it as soon as you get the ribbon tied.
Oh, okay.
No time of year like Christmas, Well, he wanted to know where Kathy went. When I said I didn't know, he jumped onto me. Said I was lying. If I could have got hold of that gun...
Where did she go, by the way?
You aiming to break my other arm, Mr. Dollar?
With all these packages to wrap? Here, hold your finger on that knot.
Tie it tight now. Them postmen in Brooklyn are always busting things open.
Yeah, no. There. Well, that's one down. Where did you say she went?
Oh, I didn't. No, this one I'll deliver myself, so it don't need to be wrapped so careful.
All righty.
Kathy lit out of here in the middle of the night. You think I'd sit up 24 hours a day spying on my roomers?
You might, if the rumor happened to be one of your special favorites.
Who told you that?
What's the difference? She was, wasn't she?
Kathy was everybody's favorite. Anybody that ever met her. Oh, you'll meet them as make remarks about a girl that works in a nightclub. But I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Dollar. Kathleen O'Dare is as fine a lady as you'd ever care to find.
And I would care to find her.
Well, good luck to you, then. And if you do, let me know where she is.
You helped her pack, didn't you?
Now, how did you know that?
Here. That's about as good as I can get it. Be careful when you deliver it, though. It's not tied very tight. I didn't know, Mrs. Gottler. I was guessing, but it figured. Kathy was scared half to death when she packed up and left here. All she had on her mind was to run and hide. She wouldn't have thought of stripping that flat, taking out every bit of personal identification. Somebody had to help her. Now, where'd she go?
I don't know.
Look, you don't get the idea. I'm on her side. She's up against a rough deal and doesn't even know it. You've had a sample of the way those boys play, and that was only a sample. With Kathy, it'll be a whole lot worse. They're looking for her, and sooner or later they'll find her. Her only chance is for me to get to her first, so you...
I'm not lying, Mr. Dollar. I don't know where she went, and that's the truth to help me. I tried to get her to tell me, but she wouldn't. She said if I knew it would be dangerous for me. I helped her pack, yes, but I don't know where she was going.
Well, that's sad, I guess. I don't know where to turn next. She apparently didn't have any other close friends. I don't even know what she looks like. I've never even seen a picture of her. I was hoping you
Well, if that'll do you any good, I've got one right here in my sewing basket.
One what?
A picture. What did you think? She gave it to me about a year ago. She'd never had many taken, but here it is.
Thanks.
Real pretty girl, don't you think so?
Yeah, she's lovely. Well, at least I'll be able to When was this taken, Mrs. Gottler?
Now, how should I know? 3 or 4 years ago, I guess, before she come here to the city.
This photographer's address, the name of the town, is that where she came from? Branbury, Michigan?
Why, yes, that's her hometown, Branbury. I'd forgotten the name of it. And she was just talking about it a week or so ago. She wanted to go home for Christmas, but she said she couldn't see. Mr. Dollar, do you think she might?
Maybe. It's the most likely place a scared girl would run to, home. Anyway, it's worth a chance. Mrs. Gottler, I love you.
Why, Mr. Dollar. Why, Mr. Dollar.
Expense account item 6, $88.35. Hotel and incidentals in New York and transportation to Branbury, Michigan. Branbury turned out to be a lumber village, half hidden among the pine-covered hills. It was a little bigger than a wide spot in the road, but not much bigger. A foot of new snow had fallen within the past 24 hours. A fluffy white blanket lay softly on the trees and the housetops and filled the deep hollows in the frozen ground. Men in bright red flannel shirts drove horse-drawn logging sleds through the forest trails, and their shouts sounded sharp and clear, a crystalline tinkle in the icy air. Branbury looked like the place where Christmas was invented. It was beautiful. And very quiet when it came to putting out information. I found it out first when I tried the local telephone operator.
Number, please.
I just checked in here at the hotel, operator. There doesn't seem to be a phone book, so...
People steal them, that's why. Traveling people going through.
Oh, souvenir hunters, I suppose.
How's that?
Look, I wanted to call the O'Dares. Could you put...
Not O'Dares. There ain't but one. That's old Mike.
Oh, and that's the one I want to call. Would you mind ringing him?
Won't do no good. He ain't there. He's slabbing up at number 4 mill today.
Well, actually, it's his daughter I want to talk to.
Daughter?
Yeah, that's right, Kathleen. Do you know her?
Just growed up with her's all.
Oh, well, would you mind...
You a friend of hers?
No, I've never met her,
Where
but...
you from?
I came here from New York,
What's
but
your name?
Johnny Dollar. Now, will you please ring Kathleen?
She don't live here. She lives in New York City.
I know where she lives.
And what give you the idea she'd be up here?
I'm psychic.
You're what?
Look, where can I get in touch with her?
I wouldn't know anything about it, Mr. Dollar, and I can't give out that kind of information. You better go on back to New York and write her a letter.
Let me talk to your supervisor.
Supervisor? Well, I'm all there is, so I guess that's me. Start talking.
Forget it.
You're welcome.
I got the same kind of runaround from the hotel proprietor. As soon as I mentioned Kathy, he suddenly forgot his own name, age, and the time of day. One thing sure, this town took care of its own. I wondered if the law in Branbury would take the same attitude. I decided I'd better go find out. As it happened, I didn't have far to go. On the sidewalk in front of the hotel, the law came to me.
Just a second there, mister.
Hmm?
Like to have a little talk with you, if you don't mind.
All right. Quite a change to find somebody here who wants to talk.
I understand you just got in from New York. Here on business?
Look, you know why I'm here, but now everybody in town knows.
Got any identification on you?
Yeah. Have you?
My name's Martin, Dan Martin. I'm the deputy sheriff in charge of this part of the county.
Oh, then you're just the man I was looking for.
Is that so?
I'm Johnny Dollar, insurance investigator. I'm looking for a girl named Kathleen O'Dare. Do you know where she is?
What do you want with her?
I'm working on a murder case. She's a witness.
Is there any kind of a charge against her?
No, I just want to talk to her.
What makes you think she's here?
Are you a friend of hers, Mr. Martin?
I've been in love with Kathy since we went to grade school. I'd be willing to die for her. Does that answer your question?
All right, let me put it this way. You think you're helping her by hiding her out. All of you think so. But you're wrong. You're helping her right into her grave.
Kathy doesn't figure it that way.
She's scared. She doesn't know what she thinks. I know these boys who are after her. They don't play kid games. And sooner or later, they're going to find her. So if you love her and if you know where she is, you better take me to her before it's too late.
I don't know. I don't know what it is Kathy's mixed up in. I didn't want to ask her. But I know it isn't the police she's afraid of. And I don't think it's you.
No, at the time she ran out, I wasn't even in the picture. I'm on her side, too, Mr. Martin, and I've got to see her.
Go talk to her father, old Mike. See what he thinks. He's not at home right now.
Yeah, I know. He's out at number 4 mill. How do I get there?
The county pickup truck is parked down the block.
The tire chains bit into the packed snow and pushed the 4 miles of logging road behind us. It was late afternoon, and the sun had dropped behind the timbered slopes, throwing a pale sheet of cold yellow against the western sky. Here and there, a few scattered lights were coming on, in the windows of the village and the bunkhouses of the lumber camps. Bright white sparks against the darkening shadows. Emptiness, loneliness, and somewhere in it a frightened girl in hiding. A girl who'd run away from the city of 100 million lights and from an unsolved murder. Mike O'Dare was winding up a job working at the big slabbing saw, and I stood by and waited for him to finish.
Be right with you, Mr. Dollar. This is the last one.
Okay.
Well, that's the last of it now till after Christmas. Yeah, I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
That's all right, Mr. O'Dare. My name is Johnny.
Never mind. I know all about you. Dan Martin phoned. Said you was on your way out. Mr. Dollar, the answer is no.
I see.
I've thought it over since Dan called. Before I'd have anything happen to Kathy, I'd rather see 10 murderers going home.
Now, look, hiding out won't help. As long as Nick Shurn is free, Kathy's in danger.
He can't hurt her if he can't find her.
I found her, Mr. O'Dare.
Just by luck. There's not one chance in a million of... Sounds like a car. Ooh, the tarnation would drive out here this time of the evening.
We walked over to the big doors. The car had stopped about 20 yards away. A man got out and turned toward us. I was standing under the dock light, so he recognized me before I got a good look at him. He jumped back in the car and went for his gun. Benny Stark. Get back, Mr. O'Dare. It was too dark to get a decent shot. I tried once more and missed, and the car disappeared behind the trees.
Mr. Dollar, who was it? Was that one of them?
That's right, Mike. They found her. Johnny Dollar.
Dan Martin here. I was up the street when you
Listen,
called.
Sheriff, they've traced Kathy O'Dare here to your nice little town of Branbury.
Who has?
Nick Shurn's boys. One of them, a trigger man named Benny Stark, came out to the sawmill hill a few minutes ago. I traded a couple of shots with him, but he got away in a car.
Did he head north or back toward town?
Toward town, I think. You can't see the turnoff from here.
All right, Dollar. You're packing a gun. Will you take the pickup truck and block that turnoff? Hold it until I can get somebody out there to relieve you?
Right. How many deputies you got?
Deputies?
Uh-oh. What about volunteers?
Is this Benny Stark the man Kathy's afraid of?
He's one of them.
Then I'll have volunteers. 20 men within a half hour, armed with deer rifles. And every one of them a dead shot.
From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Branbury, Michigan, to the Home Office, Tri-Mutual Insurance Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Nick Shurn matter. Expense account continued. Item 8, $3.60 for 2 packs of cigarettes and a pint of Applejack, borrowed from the foreman's locker at the sawmill. I figured these as standard equipment for holding down a roadblock at 10 degrees above zero. And Mike O'Dare agreed with me 100%.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They can make it out of corn, rye, barley, make it out of gold if they want to. But they'll never come up with anything better than what they make out of apples. Here, have a short one, Johnny.
No, thanks. I'll save it for later.
Well, I'll just, It's got the taste of Indian summer in it. You ought to see this country around that time of year, Johnny. Breaks your heart, it's so beautiful.
Well, it's beautiful now with the snow on. And it would be more so if there wasn't a killer running loose in it.
Johnny, I want to ask you something about my daughter. And I want you to answer me honest.
All right.
It's no use trying to fool you. She's here, all right.
I know.
But she hasn't told me what it was that happened in New York. What she ran away from. Somehow I figured it was just as well not to ask her.
Your sheriff, Dan Martin, said practically the same thing.
Dan's been in love with Kathy since he was 12 years old. He's a good man. Solid.
So I figured.
Anyway, she was scared. Scared half to death. And she'd come home for help, so we tried to help her.
What was it you wanted to ask me, Mr. O'Dare?
You mentioned a murder case, Johnny. You didn't give any of the details, just said that Kathy was a witness. Is she mixed up in this murder?
And you wanted an honest answer. All right, I'm not sure.
I see.
That's why I wanted to talk to her, get her story, the truth. I realized from the start she might be guilty. I don't think so, but it's a possibility. You may as well know about it.
I guess you realize it wouldn't make any difference. Not to me or to Dan.
Oh, yeah, I figured. In other words, you're with me as long as I'm trying to protect her. But you'll fight me if I find reason to think she's guilty.
That's about it, Johnny.
Well, at least we know where we stand. And I hope it won't come to...
What's the matter?
Car coming. Light on the trees there at the bend.
Yeah. You suppose maybe...
Probably not, but you can't tell. Better get behind the truck just in case. You'll have to shift into low to edge past us. Let me get that spotlight on.
I guess I'll just have another quick one. That wind cuts right through your bones.
It's a dark-colored sedan. It might be him.
Funny. I'd been hoping for 2 months that Kathy'd come home for Christmas. And I didn't figure I'd be out here in the woods, hiding behind a truck, waiting to shoot it out with somebody that wanted to kill her.
It's a crazy world. Keep your head down, Mr. O'Dare.
Yeah.
Just the driver by himself, wearing a dark hat. I don't know.
You know, that kind of looks like...
Huh?
By golly, it is.
What?
That's Ted Perkins' old wreck. No doubt about it.
All right, you better wave him out past. He probably thinks we need help.
It's all right, Ted. It's Mike O'Dare. Go ahead. We don't need anything. Yeah, we're all right. Thanks anyway. Well, there's one thing about people around here. They mind their own business and don't ask no questions.
And they don't answer them often either. How's that Applejack holding out? Two long hours went past. Only 3 cars came out from the village, and each time a long moment of tension while we waited to identify the occupants. But all of them were townspeople. Benny didn't show. One truck came down the logging road from the back hills loaded with dwarf spruce and fir. Peace on earth, goodwill toward men. We were waiting for an assassin, but the truck only carried Christmas trees. The night was crystal clear with bright stars hanging low in the blackness, but it kept turning colder and colder. And to leave on the Applejack didn't help much. And the wind, too, changed gradually and blew fitful and gusty and strange.
It's going to storm. Come a blizzard, maybe. Not tonight. Tomorrow sometime, or tomorrow night. I know this country. Know the signs.
There's an odd feeling in the air, all right.
There's an even odder one in my leg. Log rolled over on it pretty near 6 years ago. Bothers me some in the winter. It's a lot worse, though, right before a storm.
Well, that's kind of a handy thing to have.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, I guess. Like one time when Kathy was little. When her ma was still alive. God rest her soul. We had a big measles epidemic here in Branbury, and every night Kathy used to add a line to her prayers. She'd say, "And please let me catch the measles so I can stay out of school like the other kids." Now she's wanted as a witness in a murder case. And somebody's prowling out there in the dark trying to find her and kill her. Little Kathy, who never harmed anybody in her whole life. Some things just don't make sense, Johnny.
Some things never have. There was another time once when men like Benny were prowling in the dark, trying to find a little child and kill him. And he hadn't harmed anybody either. That was nearly 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, so it was. I like you, Johnny. Kathy will like you, too, and little Jill. Oh, now there's a pair for you. That kid looks more like her mother did at her age.
Another car coming, Mr. O'Dare.
Yeah, so there is. And this just might be the one.
Maybe.
I sure wish that Applejack hadn't run out.
But it was only a couple of men Deputy Martin had sent out from town to relieve us and take over. Big men, calm and quiet, wearing plaid mackinaws and heavy-laced boots and carrying Winchester 94s over their arms. They told us Benny Stark had been seen. He'd come up from the west, driven onto one of the roadblocks unexpectedly. In a flurry of shots, he'd broken through. The men couldn't understand his persistence. They thought he'd run for it, get out of the area once his presence was known. I didn't bother to explain, to put him straight, but I knew Benny had never run, not now. He was a trigger man, a professional killer with a reputation at stake. And he had his orders to silence Kathy O'Dare. half hour later, we were back in town, turning into the main street around the village square. Strings of colored lights on a tall pine in the center of the square blinked and sparkled as they swayed in the wind. Around 100 cars and trucks were parked in the street and in the lot behind the town hall. And the sound of singing drifted out from inside.
They're practicing carols and things for the big doings on Christmas Eve. Ain't it beautiful?
The men at the roadblock had given a description of Benny's car and the license number. It was just barely possible.
Got something in mind, Johnny?
Yeah, let's take a look through those parked cars.
I don't know. If it was me, I sure wouldn't be hanging around here. I'd stick to the tall timber.
Yeah, but you're not a city boy, Mike. Tall timber is foreign soil to Benny. He's only comfortable when he's close to a crowd.
He the fellow that's supposed to have done that murder?
No, it was the man he works for, a cafe owner, ex-gangster, a man named Nick Shurn. Let's check that lot around at the side. I don't think he'd show here in front.
He'd be taking a big chance showing anywhere. In a town this size, people know each other.
It's his job to take chances. And he probably doesn't realize... Wait a minute. That sedan against the building with the side window broken.
7, 8, 2, 1. That's his car, Johnny.
Yeah, wait here. I eased my gun out of the holster and started toward the car. There were no lights in the lot, only the soft glow reflected from the packed snow underfoot. And the car itself stood in the dark shadows next to the building. I couldn't see whether anyone was in it or not. The singing seemed to swell louder as I approached. I moved slowly, watching for any sudden movement. The car was empty. It was past time, to talk to Kathy O'Dare. And with the pressure tightening, the danger close to home now, her father was ready to take me to her. We drove over to Dan Martin's house, where it turned out Kathy and her daughter were staying. Dan's mother had been looking after her. Dan was there when we arrived, busy on the phone.
Yeah, I know the car all right. The one Jed bought last spring down in Bay City. 7392. Where was it parked? All right, keep an eye out, Charlie. So long. Benny Stark has stole himself another car.
Huh?
Took Jed Wharton's station wagon.
Well, what for? That was a better one he had.
Charlie says the steering gear was sprung. I guess it happened when he crashed that roadblock.
Well, how's Kathy and the young'un?
Oh, fine. They're asleep upstairs. Mom's next door helping Mrs. Barton stuff a turkey.
Johnny, you figure it could wait till morning.
I'm sorry, Mr. O'Dare. I've got to talk to her tonight.
All right. I'll go wake her up.
Mr. Dollar, no matter what she's done, don't hurt her any more than you have to.
As far as I know at the moment, Dan, all she's guilty of is withholding information. And most people would have done the same thing. Nick Shurn's a rough boy to tangle with. She was scared, that's all. Lost her head.
She never did belong in a city. She belongs right here in Branbury. This is her kind of life.
Why did she leave?
Well, we argued one day, and she said she'd show me. So she ran off and married that fellow. He treated her bad. Finally left her. But she was too proud to come back. She wouldn't have come back now if she hadn't have been so scared.
Well, maybe it'll work out now.
She ought to stay. Her kid ought to grow up here. Learn the outdoors and the woods like Kathy used to know it. Why, she roamed through those hills like a young Indian. Knew every trail in that forest. Every timber camp and trapper's cabin from here to the ridge. I remember one time the two of us were up toward...
Dan!
What's the matter?
What is it, Mr. O'Dare?
You said Jill and Kathy were asleep upstairs. Ain't that what you said, Dan?
Of course that's what I... Mike.
What's happened?
They're not up there. They're not up there or anywhere else in the house. They're gone.
Johnny Dollar?
Mike O'Dare, Johnny. Any sign of Kathy?
No, the boys at the highway turnoff haven't seen her or Benny, either one. Not a soul out that way in the last hour.
What about there at the sawmill?
Nothing, Mike. No fresh tracks on the logging road, no sign of her. And the worst thing is it's starting to snow again.
Yeah, here in town, too. Dan Martin just phoned. No luck. She hasn't shown up at any of the roadblocks. She's around somewhere, and we've got to find her.
We will, Mike.
And it's got to be fast, Johnny. There's a blizzard coming up, and that gunman Benny Stark is around, too. Maybe he's already found her. Maybe even took her from the house, her and Jill both. Maybe she didn't get scared and run. Maybe it was him. Maybe he sneaked
Mike,
in and...
stop it. That kind of thinking's not going to help any.
Well, what is going to help?
I don't know, but I've got a half-baked idea, and I may be right. Stay there at the house. I'm coming back to pick you up. And one thing you can do while you're waiting.
What, Johnny?
Pray. From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location Branbury, Michigan, to the Home Office, Tri-Mutual Insurance Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Nick Shurn matter. Or more important, find Kathy O'Dare. Item 12 on expense account, $4.90, a tank full of gas for the county pickup I'd borrowed from Deputy Sheriff Dan Martin. The falling snow was thickening now, and the wind was rising and steadying in the northwest. The night had all the makings of a blizzard. And wherever Kathy and her daughter had gone, we had to find them before it hit. It was 10:14 p.m. when I pulled up at the side porch of the O'Dare house, and Kathy's father came hurrying out to the truck, leaving the door open behind him and buttoning his heavy mackinaw as he ran. Any news, Mike?
Not a thing.
All right, get in. Shut the door.
Yeah, we'll get a foot of snow before morning, with a zero wind behind it.
Now, listen, Mike. I think we can forget any idea that Benny found her and got her out of the house. In that case, she wouldn't have taken your car. He's already got one.
I know. I thought of that.
And he wouldn't have given her time to dress herself and Jill the way she did, with heavy clothes and snow boots. And she wouldn't have taken the rifle.
Then what has happened?
She knew I'd be there to talk to her sometime this evening. I think she lost her nerve, couldn't face it, decided to run again.
Maybe so, but where, Johnny?
That's what I want you to tell me.
What?
No, I don't mean you knew what she was going to do and where she was going to go or
then
help her.
How do you think I can tell you?
Look, Kathy knew about the roadblocks Dan Martin set up to trap Benny Stark, knew where they were. So if she didn't want to be seen, then naturally she'd avoid them.
She couldn't. Not if she wanted to get away, take the highway to Flint or Detroit. She'd have to pass one of them at least.
But she hasn't passed any of them, so she's still in this area. And I don't think she ever meant to leave it.
But then...
Dan Martin said Kathy used to spend a lot of time in the woods when she was growing up. He said she knew every back trail in these hills, logging camps, trappers' cabins.
She did. She used to worry the dickens out of me the way she...
Yeah. Now, where would she go, Mike, if she wanted to hide out back in the hills somewhere?
There's a lot of places. Chippewa Canyon's one. 3 or 4 timber camps abandoned in the winter. Some cabins along the... No, she couldn't make it. There's a roadblock before you get to the turnoff there.
It's got to be someplace she could reach without being seen.
Well, there's Barker's Flats. But that's 12 miles of a foot trail. She wouldn't try it in this weather, not with Jill along anyway. Then there's Lake Pine. No, it's over the other way. Pine Lake Road.
Where's that?
Runs northwest of town. Not much better than a wagon road. Dan didn't put a block on it because it dead ends at the lake about 5 miles out.
What's out there?
Nothing at the lake, but you can go on up Pine Creek about 4 miles on foot, and there's some cabins. Maybe a waste of time, Johnny.
Let's get going. Expense account, item 13, $6.90. 1 dry cell electric lantern, an extra pair of batteries picked up at the Branbury Hardware Company on the way through town. The falling snow, driven by a bitter cold wind, formed a dense curtain in front of our headlights. And from the turnoff all the way up the narrow twisting road to Pine Lake, I had to keep the truck in second gear. There were car tracks in the road, all right, several of them. But they were covered now by the new blanket of snow. And it was impossible to tell whether they'd been made earlier tonight or a week ago.
The road ends a couple of yards past this next turn.
And we'll soon know.
There's 4 or 5 side turnoffs. Clearance where you can park. We'll have to check all of them, I guess.
All right.
That draw there on the right. That break there in the trees, that's where the Pine Creek Trail starts.
Well, we'll swing in it. Mike, I guess we won't have to check those turnoffs.
Huh?
Is that your car over there under the trees?
Yeah. That's it.
I left Mike waiting in the cab while I went over to look inside the car. It was empty, abandoned. And there was no note, no clue of any kind to tell where Kathy had gone. I raised the hood and felt the motor block, ice cold. The car had been here for some time. I flashed the lantern on the ground and followed the faint tracks made by 2 pairs of snow boots. They entered the deep draw that led back into the hills, the start of the Pine Creek Trail. I snapped off the lantern and stumbled through the snow back to the truck.
What'd you find, Johnny?
It's them, all right. They've headed up the trail. I found tracks in the snow.
Yeah, then we'd better get started.
No, wait. I'll go after them, Mike. You take the truck, go into town, find Dan Martin. Bring help as fast as you can. That storm's getting worse.
No, you don't. I know the risk. Starting up that trail with a blizzard coming on. And if you think you're going to protect me by sending...
Knock it off, Mike. There's no time, and you're wrong. I'm not protecting you. I'm protecting myself.
What do you mean?
That bum leg of yours. I don't want you on my hands, too, along with the girls.
All right, Johnny. I'll go after Dan.
And hurry, Mike. I'm depending on you.
Yeah. Good luck, Johnny.
See you, Mike. I stood there in the snow watching the headlights of the truck move away. Finally, they swung around the bend and disappeared. And I suddenly felt more alone than I ever had in my life. I'd gotten rid of Mike deliberately, sent him away on purpose, because I hadn't told him everything. I could see no point in tearing his heart out. There was another car parked on beyond Kathy's, nearly hidden by the trees. Jed Wharton's station wagon. The car that had been stolen by a killer named Benny Stark. It took me half an hour to cover the first mile, and the storm kept getting worse. The beam of the lantern penetrated a bare 30 feet ahead of me before it was smothered out in the white blackness of the night. After a few hundred yards, the tracks I was trying to follow had nearly disappeared, snowed over and blotted out. I gave up looking for them and stuck to old Mike's description of the trail, following the left bank of the frozen creek. The drifts were deeper down along the creek bottoms, and the going was rougher. But I didn't dare leave it to look for better footing. It was my only landmark. The trail itself was buried. And any man who lost his way tonight and wandered off into one of those side gullies would wander straight to his death. An hour passed. Then an hour and a half, or 2 hours maybe. I lost all track of time and distance. The wind cut through my clothes, and the numbing cold crept into me deeper and deeper. Gradually, the walking, stumbling, breathing, even thinking became automatic and without feeling. The world itself seemed to narrow down to a tiny circle close around me. And all beyond was chaos, blackness, and roaring storm. I tripped over fallen logs and floundered back to my feet, dropped my lantern and recovered it, broke through the crusted drifts and struggled for footing, and kept on moving. In the weird nightmare of the blizzard, I could hardly recognize reality when I came face to face with it. When the beam from my lantern touched him, crouching by a tree a few yards away. I could barely accept him as being real. He'd been watching my light as I approached, waiting for me. It was Benny Stark with his gun leveled and aimed. Don't be a fool, Benny. Drop that gun! A curtain of snow swept between us then, blotting out the sight of him, and I was grateful. I turned and stumbled on into the storm, moving in pitch darkness now, except for the ghostly glow from the snow-covered ground. The second shot had smashed my lantern. I had nothing left to go by but instinct and luck, and they weren't enough. Within 15 minutes, I was hopelessly lost. That's when I started hearing the music. Miles from no place where there couldn't be any music, except inside my head. The cold and fatigue were finally doing their work. I knew the signs. The next step was to start wandering in circles, smaller and smaller ones, and the last step, to drop exhausted and go peacefully to sleep. Peacefully and permanently. But the sound kept growing louder, and I moved in the direction it seemed to be coming from. It couldn't be just illusions. It had to be real. Hello! Hello there! Then suddenly, only a few yards away, a brilliant blaze of light exploded from the darkness. And it seemed that a golden-haired girl was standing in the middle of it. And for a moment, my sanity tottered.
Who's out there?
My golden vision was wearing blue jeans and a flannel shirt and was holding a rifle. She looked exactly like the photograph I'd seen of Kathy O'Dare. and the blaze of light came from an open cabin door.
Who is it? Speak up or I'll shoot.
Oh, thank heaven. Hold it, Miss Dare. It's Johnny Dollar.
Are you getting warm now?
I don't think I'll ever get warm again.
You will if you don't move away from the stove a little. The back of your shirt is starting to smoke.
Yeah, I thought I was beginning to feel something. How's the firewood?
There's plenty. And plenty of food.
And a radio. If I hadn't heard that music, I'd have blundered right on past this cabin.
Oh, we've got everything. We can hold out for a month if we have to. And I hope we have to.
What about your daughter? Is she all right?
Sure. She's fine. It's a picnic for her. A camping trip. And she's sound asleep back there in the lean-to. Dreaming about Santa Claus, I suppose. I wish I could. How did you find me, Mr. Dollar?
A hunch. Guesswork. I was born under a lucky star.
I wasn't.
Oh, I don't know. I think you've been pretty lucky, considering everything. More so than your landlady back in New York.
Mrs. Grottler? What do you mean?
Betty Stark went to see her. Tried to find out where you were. When she wouldn't tell him, he broke her arm.
Oh, no. Oh, the poor woman.
Oh, it's a rough game, Miss O'Dare, trying to play it cozy with a mobster like Nick Shurn. You know, of course, that he sent Benny here to find you.
You'll have a hard time finding me in this place.
He did find you.
What?
Maybe he followed you from the house or saw you drive through town. Anyway, I ran into him back down the trailer ways.
I thought I heard shooting a while ago.
You did. He tried to ambush me. He thought he had the drop, and he wouldn't give up. I had to kill him. Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar? Spell it.
Johnny-Dollar.
That's not right. You forgot to capitalize.
Hey, you're right, honey. Let me hear you spell your name.
Okay. Capital J-I-L-L, Jill. Capital O, apostrophe.
Apostrophe.
I never can say that. Capital D-A-R-E, O'Dare. Of course, my last name's actually something else. I forget. But my mother says I'm really an O'Dare.
Not the least doubt about it. I could see it in a minute.
I like you, Johnny Dollar.
And I kind of like you, too, Jill O'Dare.
You think my mother's pretty?
I think she's lovely.
Why don't you get married to her so I can have a daddy?
Well, that's, certainly something to think about. And, not a bad idea. Now, be quiet before you wake her up.
I'm already awake, and with a plot like that being hatched, I think I better stay awake. Is there coffee, Johnny?
From Special Investigator Johnny Dollar, location a small cabin in the timber outside Branbury, Michigan. To the Home Office, Tri-Mutual Insurance Limited, Hartford, Connecticut. Assignment, the Nick Shurn matter. Expense account, final page. Item 15, $1 million for a certain feeling. I realize, of course, that the amount of this item is somewhat unusual. It may be cause for mild criticism by your accounting department, unless the accompanying report includes an adequate and detailed explanation. Therefore, to avoid unnecessary correspondence and delay, I am attaching said explanation herewith. Here's your coffee, Kathy.
Thanks. How long did I sleep, Johnny?
Oh, a couple of hours. It's around 4 in the morning.
The storm hasn't let up at all, has it?
Oh, it's worse, if anything.
Jill, honey, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and your eyes are just about to fall out. Now, you go back there and go to sleep.
Do I have to, Mommy?
You have to. Run along now.
Mr. Johnny Dollar and me were having a lot of fun till you woke up.
Well, that's life, sweetie. Night now.
Good night, Jill.
Good night.
Proud of her?
I'm crazy about her. That's what you mean.
She's a great little girl.
She's the only thing I ever did in my whole life that turned out right.
That bad, huh?
Johnny, it's no good. I know why you're here. I know what you expect from me, and the answer's no.
You're jumping the gun. I haven't asked you anything.
You will. You haven't done all this for nothing.
You're going to ask me to come back to New York and testify against Nick Shurn.
I might ask you to tell the truth. Is that just another way of wording it?
I didn't see anything, hear anything. I don't know anything about it, and I have nothing to say.
So Nick Shurn gets away with another murder.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
And sooner or later, of course, he'll kill you, too. He sent Benny Stark out to do it, and Benny missed. But he's got other boys, or he might even handle the job himself.
Why? By now he ought to know that I'm not going to tell.
But there's always that chance you might change your mind. And Nick's a gambler, but he likes the odds on his side. He doesn't take chances. Whenever he can, he stacks the deck.
I wish I could help you, Johnny. But I don't know anything about it. I left before it happened.
How long have you worked for Nick Shurn? Known him?
2 years. I'm not wide-eyed about him, Johnny. I've heard what he's been, what he may even still be, a gangster, hoodlum, racketeer, but that's none of my business. The club was legitimate, and my job there was on the level, and he never got out of line once.
And no doubt he's always been kind to his mother and loves dogs and children.
I wouldn't know, except children. He's crazy about them. He was always buying something for Jill, asking about her.
And he also shot and killed Mel Pryker.
I couldn't say.
I see. Well, you're letting a lot of people down. People here in Branbury that you grew up with, people that love you, your father, Dan Martin.
What have they got to do with it?
You know, it's a great country up here. I'd like to spend more time in it. And it's big country, big and beautiful and dangerous. Like that blizzard outside there. It's not the kind of country that turns out cowards.
Cowards?
Your father said something yesterday. That some people belong in cities and some don't. And that you're one of the second kind. He was right. The city's made a coward of you.
You don't understand.
And they know it. Old Mike, Dan, all of them. Of course, they'll never mention it. But you're letting them down, and they know it. And you know it, Kathy.
They don't have a daughter to think of.
It's not her fear we're talking about. It's yours.
All right, I'm scared. I've got reason to be. It's easy for you to talk. You don't know what fear is, what it can do to you.
I don't.
It can push you and drive you and make you do things you hate yourself for.
And it can destroy you.
How would you know? How would any of them know? Who haven't felt it, who haven't been there.
Kathy, you're not alone. We've all been there. It's not the fear that's important. It's the courage you bring up to fight it.
I've tried. I've nearly gone crazy trying to think it out. But it always comes back to one thing. Jill. She's what counts. Nothing else matters.
And if you love her, teach her to grow up without fear. Sacrifice anything if you have to, even your life, but teach her courage. There's nothing greater you could do for her. It's all right, Kathy. It's all right. It's all right.
I knew what was right, Johnny. I knew all the time.
Sure. Of course you did. All you needed was a little push. Want to tell me about it now?
I was there at the club that night. When it happened, I stayed after closing. I had some presents for Jill, and I wanted to wrap them before I took them home. Nick and Mel Pryker were upstairs in the office.
Nick was there?
Yes. I could hear them arguing. They didn't know I'd stayed, and then...
Go on.
I heard Mel yell out. He said, "No, Nick, no." And then I heard the shots.
Yes?
I didn't even think. I ran up to the office. Mel was lying on the floor, and Nick was standing there with a gun. He told me to get out and to keep quiet if I wanted to keep on living.
That's it, huh?
Yes.
Would you make a statement to the police, testify at the trial?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Will you help me, Johnny? Will you stand by me?
You know I will.
You've got to, because I'm scared. I'll be scared all the way, but I'll do it if you'll help me.
I'll help you, Kathy, all the way. Why don't you curl up here and get some sleep? Come on.
Maybe now I can sleep.
It's going to be all right.
Thanks, Johnny, for giving me the push.
Oh, sure, honey.
You know something, Johnny? I'm with Jill. I like you, too.
She went to sleep with her face against my chest. And after a while, little Jill came tiptoeing in and curled up on the other side. And I sat there holding them both, thinking and waiting for the dawn. So that's what I mean about $1 million feeling. True, it wasn't my little girl, or my big girl either. But for the moment, at least, well, that item still goes. I'll still tag that feeling at $1 million. And I was sorry when the storm was over and a rescue party came out from town. Because I felt I'd had one moment in a lifetime that I'd never find again.
Good King Wenceslas looked down on the feast of Stephen when the snow lay round about.
The big event of the year in Branbury was the Christmas Eve show in the town hall. There was music and a pageant and singing, and everybody took part in it, from the youngest kid in town to the toughest old grizzled lumberjack from the back hills. Jill was in the children's chorus, and old Mike was to operate the spotlight, so they went on ahead. I took Kathy. And since she wasn't quite ready to face people yet, we made a point of getting there late. I didn't care when we got there, as long as I was with her. We slipped in quietly and took seats at the back of the room. The string group from the high school orchestra was playing, and no one noticed us. Not even old Mike, Kathy's father, who was working the spotlights.
I hope Jill does all right. She hasn't had any time to practice with
Oh,
us.
she'll do all right. We'd been there about 10 minutes when somebody else came in and slid into the one seat between us and the door. I didn't look around until I felt Kathy stiffen beside me.
Oh, no.
It was Nick Shurn.
Nobody gets excited now or makes any sudden moves. We just sit here quiet like.
He slid his hand over to feel inside my coat under my arm.
Now backing around, huh? Perfect.
I'd left my gun at Kathy's house. Old Mike had been dubious about it, but with Benny dead, I'd seen no reason to carry it. And after all, it was Christmas Eve.
All right, now we're going to ease out of here now without attracting no attention from anybody.
You're crazy, Nick. You're crazy.
Shut up. And just don't forget one thing, Dollar. I'm not holding this gun on you. It's aimed right at the middle of Kathy's back. Let's go.
Johnny.
No choice, Kathy. Come on. The back of the room was dark. Nobody paid any attention. Somebody was always leaving or coming back in.
Come on. I got a car over at the side here.
Johnny?
Watch it, Dollar.
We'll be right back, Mike. Just gonna get some air.
All right, Johnny. But don't go running out before I give you your present.
Huh?
Here. And don't uncork that until you're ready for some serious business.
All right, Thanks, Mike. Thanks a lot.
Don't mention it. Good luck, Johnny.
Yeah, come on, let's get away from here.
Johnny, he's going
Take
to...
it easy, Kathy.
Me!
Now what?
Oh, no. Jill, go back.
I want to see Uncle Nick. Why, just tell me you were coming here to hear me sing, Uncle Nick.
Well, listen.
Pick me up. Please, Uncle Nick. Take your hands out of your pocket and pick me up.
Look, Jill, you run along now. Who's that?
Dan Martin. He's a deputy sheriff, and he's a dead shot. Better do like she says, Nick. Take your hand out of your pocket and pick her up.
Uncle Nick?
All right, reach in my pocket, Johnny, and take my gun.
Later, Kathy and I walked around outside. We could still hear the children's chorus singing inside.
Jill saved our lives tonight.
No, she saved Nick's life.
What do you mean?
That present your father gave me, up there at the spotlights, he could see what was happening, and he thought real fast. That present was a gun.
Then you...
I had Nick covered from the time we stepped off the porch.
I'm glad he didn't move. I'm glad it happened like it did.
Yeah, so am I.
I thought we'd never see those stars up there again.
You kept hold of yourself, Kathy. You showed a lot of courage.
No. But maybe I can learn to show it. I was just thinking, Johnny, looking at the stars up there. There was fear in the world then. 2,000 years ago. And he had courage.
Expense account, item 16, $230.40, incidentals in Branbury, and transportation for 2 adults and 1 child, Branbury to New York. Expense account total, $486.20. End of account, end of report. Remarks? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you, from all of us here on the program. And God bless you. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by Les Crutchfield, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Virginia Gregg, Peggy Weber, Don Diamond, Ben Wright, Jack Kruschen, Barney Phillips, Sam Edwards, and Ken Christy. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. Well, I'll be honest, this is my all-time favorite Yours Truly Johnny Dollar serial, and there's so much to talk about on this one. We'll start with some of the smaller items, and then go into the big overarching themes as we get to the close of the commentary. First of all, let's talk about the scene with Johnny on the trail in episode 4, looking for Kathleen and dealing with Benny Stark and a blizzard. This is simply some of the best radio you will ever hear. With the mix of music, sound effects, and Bob Bailey's narration and acting just grab your attention and carry the scene through. And this is actually the only scene that I've ever actually paid someone to animate. And I'll include a link to it in the show notes. It's fascinating to see how they interpreted it, even if the pictures don't quite match the vivid ones that would be in the heads of most listeners. It's just such a well-executed and suspenseful and dramatic sequence. And, of course, that comes down to Bob Bailey, and let's just appreciate how good he is in this serial. Bailey is praised oftentimes for being the best Johnny Dollar actor, but in this serial, I think it really is at another level. He has so many great scenes, and really his performance is just a masterclass. And having listened to this serial a few times, this time through I noted some of the actors, and the first few times through I was so into the story I didn't pay a whole lot of attention, but I noticed that you had a couple of actors in this who were playing parts that were very different from the sort of roles that you would associate with them. Now, Ken Christy tended to play a lot of generic cops and policemen. It wasn't exclusively, but that's probably the most common role I've heard him in. And of course, he had ongoing roles as Lieutenant Johnson on Let George Do It after Wally Mayer was no longer available to play Lieutenant Riley. And he was also the second actor to play Noah Danton on Mystery Is My Hobby. And in the serials, Don Diamond, I've noticed he plays a lot of younger, edgier, hipper characters. For example, in the Broderick Matter, he played a jazz musician. In the Cui Bono Matter, he played the guy who was running the underground club, sort of tough from the city. And that tended to be his roles. Yet in this one, Ken Christy plays Old Mike, and Don Diamond plays the sheriff's deputy, and I think it really works well. I don't think I've ever enjoyed a Ken Christy performance more than in this story. The start of the final episode was really interesting from a character perspective. Not just for the way it handled the Johnny Dollar opening in a very different way. Because Johnny, of course, is a bachelor, and that's a conscious choice. If there's any part of the character that carried over from the O'Brien era, it may be from that one story where Johnny said he didn't like policemen's wives, and it was applied to both policeman, detective, what have you. And what he meant by that is he didn't like what the job did to them and how hard it was on them. And so Johnny sees a really strong conflict between his job and having a family life. And he loves his job. Plus the fact that his heart has gotten broken so many times probably doesn't help matters. Yet in this brief moment, Johnny indulges in a bit of imagining what if, or what could have been, but which he never expects to happen. I think that the fact that Johnny has conflicting desires about family life actually makes him more interesting than those sort of characters who you just know they're never going to get married and have no interest in anything other than their work. And I think it's really particularly well handled in his interactions with Jill. As for the story itself, it's such a story of striking contrast. The majority of this serial, after the first episode and a half in New York, takes place in Branbury, which feels like the sort of town a Hallmark movie would be set in. Instead, Johnny's hunting for a killer. The contrast between the Christmas atmosphere and the deadliness of the situation occurs time and time again. Christmas music is often played at times of extreme peril. It's such an odd but intentional juxtaposition. The conversation between Mike and Johnny in episode 3, when Johnny compares Benny to those who hunted baby Jesus, drives home the point that this contrast between the spirit of the season and the cruelty and harshness of the world has always been present. I think there can be a view that Christmas, with its joy and hope and peace on earth, really can only fit into a sort of idyllic place, a sort of fantasy, because reality is far harsher. Because the more we look at the world and all that goes on, the more Christmas and all of its themes can seem out of place. Yet one of the big themes of this episode is that evil in the world and Christmas have always coexisted, and so they coexist in this story. The other big theme is courage. Johnny's confrontation with Kathleen, as well as her final line, really drive home this theme. And the idea that fundamentally Christmas is about courage. It takes courage to celebrate peace on earth and goodwill toward men in the face of all the evil and heartache in the world. To do the right thing in your life all the year round, no matter how fearful the consequences might be. And it explores this idea through the Christmas story in what I think is a really effective way. The Nick Shurn matter manages to be a very good detective story and also a very good Christmas story, while also offering some unexpected thematic depth. Its acting is on point, and its use of music to drive the themes home is effective without ever feeling overbearing. I'm of the opinion that this is one of the truly great audio dramas ever made. It's an all-time classic, and it's always such a pleasure to share it with you. Well, now we turn to listener comments and feedback, and we start with an email from Miranda. Miranda writes, "Hi, Adam. First, just want to say that I love the podcast. I grew up listening to the old-time radio shows on Sirius XM with my family. My favorite was always Dragnet, but I also love Johnny Dollar and Boston Blackie. Hint, hint. Now, I drive a ton for work, so it's great having the podcast to listen to. I look forward to my Dragnet Day and my Johnny Dollar days every week. Thank you for reviving these old detective shows. I also wanted to comment on the Nick Shurn matter. I grew up and live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is where I choose to think Branbury is, mostly because of the references to the logging camps and the snow, and because we tend to get overlooked in entertainment. The writing of that serial was phenomenal, and the setting was on point. I was driving through some snow early in the morning while listening to the part where Johnny meets Benny Stark in the blizzard, and when Benny came up out of the darkness to confront Johnny, I jumped. I liked the part where Mike O'Dare asked Johnny why Benny would go into town since staying in the woods would be safer, because I was wondering the same thing. There's also a moment where they reference Chippewa Canyon, kind of a throwaway line, but although I've never heard of a canyon by that name, there are Chippewa counties and Chippewa River up here in the Upper Peninsula. So I'm wondering if that's where they got it. All that is to say that I guess things haven't changed much here in rural Michigan since the 50s, especially the opinions and personalities of us locals, and that the writers of the show did a great job making the shows accurate and the characters believable. Merry Christmas, and thanks again for bringing us the detectives of old-time radio. Well, thank you so much, Miranda. Really appreciated your email. And it's the type of email that can really only come from someone who happened to live in that area. And it's a fascinating insight. And really, when it comes to these sort of small-town portrayals, there are essentially two different sorts of fictional small towns. The first is almost completely fictitious. It's imagined based on media portrayals, based on the author's prejudices and preconceived notions, rather than an actual place. I mean, there are writers whose portrayal of what a small town is wouldn't change a whole lot whether the location was supposed to be up in Vermont or over in eastern Montana, even those are very different fields of towns. And then there are those that try to capture and tie into real places, capture that sort of authentic culture and authentic feel. And if the writer is good at crafting a story, you're not going to know the difference unless you're from that specific region. So getting an email from someone who comes from that Upper Peninsula region in Michigan is just incredibly helpful. I wish I could find some insight as to how or what might have inspired Crutchfield. I looked into it, and he was from Kansas with no specific ties to Michigan, and certainly not to that region that I could find. Was it a place he vacationed once? Was it someone he knew from that region of Michigan? I'm not certain, but to learn that it's got that actual authenticity to place, it really does add a little bit more to what is a really solid serial. So thanks so much for that, Miranda. Lauren's email has the subject line, "Is it even Christmas if you don't listen to the Nick Shurn matter?" Lauren writes, "So I admit, I listened to my favorite serial a little late in this season. Listening to the Nick Shurn matter is a tradition for me, and it did not disappoint. I even noticed a few new details this time around. For example, the not-so-subtle part that radio plays in Johnny's survival during the blizzard. A sign of the times, too good. I actually think I enjoyed it more than usual. Perhaps this was because I was anticipating this special tradition of mine, or perhaps it was because I wasn't distracted by the seemingly endless Christmas to-do list, or possibly I'm just getting older and appreciating the little joys in a different way. Also, your commentary on the serial was so insightful. I especially resonated with the commingling of good and evil, points which mimicked real life. True words right there." Thank you so much. And from YouTube, Ronser writes, Adam, I agree with everything you said about this serial, but you missed one of the greatest features. Barney Phillips made a great sidewalk Santa. I imagine he and Bob Bailey had a ball doing that scene. Well, thanks so much for the comment, Ronser. There is so much good to say about the Nick Shurn matter. It's hard to cover it all. Plus, I tend to be a bit light on my commentary on the first half of the serial, but I think Barney Phillips as a sidewalk Santa really was a nice highlight. Much like Ken Christy playing Mike O'Dare, Barney Phillips as the sidewalk Santa is really different from the typical roles we hear him in, particularly in these Johnny Dollar serials. And I think the one other thing I forgot to mention, now that you mention it was Virginia Gregg, who played the landlady in episode 2, and then played Kathy O'Dare in episodes 4 and 5. It really is remarkable, just the high quality of her output and how she's really able to seamlessly play two characters like that. And then I received another comment. I've made this comment before. This is my favorite radio episode. The exposition is perfect, and the scenes are so descriptive that I can easily visualize what's going on. And Mary says, marvelous, simply marvelous. Thank you so much for your comments, and I hope you enjoyed this slightly different format for this omnibus. This version of the Nick Shurn omnibus will actually replace the version on our Christmas feed, but the old version will remain on the Yours Truly Johnny Dollar feed, and also the Volume 2 feed and our Great Detectives website. Now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day, and I want to go ahead and thank Delilah. Delilah's been one of our Patreon supporters since December 2019, currently supporting the podcast at the shameless level of $4 or more per month. Thank you so much for your support, Delilah. And that will actually do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. That will do it for today. A reminder, you can find all of our Christmas episodes over at christmasfeed.greatdetectives.net. Check out the amazing world of radio at amazing.greatdetectives.net, where we have 3 Christmas episodes posted now, with one more scheduled for Christmas Eve. We'll be back on Friday with our regular weekly Yours Truly Johnny Dollar. But join us back here tomorrow for the Adventures of the Falcon. I hope you'll be with us then. In a moment, we are going to bring you our final listener support / appreciation special, which will be a Yours Truly Johnny Dollar serial omnibus. But first, I do want to encourage you, if you enjoy this podcast, to please follow us using your favorite podcast software. And of course, this is part of our listener support and appreciation campaign, and you can become one of our ongoing Patreon supporters for as little as $2 per month by going to patreon.greatdetectives.net. Now, this serial was originally broadcast over an entire week from November 14th to 18th of 1955. Here is the Broderick Matter.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
My name's Steele, Mr. Dollar. Claims Division, Eastern Trust Insurance Company.
Steele?
You don't know me, Mr. Dollar. People at Universal Adjustment suggested I contact you. Thought you might be interested in helping me pay off a claim.
Okay, tell me about it, Mr. Steele.
One of our policyholders passed away last month, and we can't seem to locate his beneficiary. She just doesn't seem to be around.
Maybe she doesn't want the money.
Everybody wants money, Mr. Dollar, especially insurance money.
Be there in an hour.
Tonight and every weekday night, Bob Bailey in the transcribed adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Eastern Trust Insurance Company Claims Division, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Broderick matter. Expense account item 1, 25 cents, bus fare. My apartment to the Eastern Trust Insurance Building in the office of Robert Steele. He was a big sandy-haired man in a tweed suit. We shook hands, looked each other over, and then got down to business.
Now, Mr. Dollar, the deceased policyholder was named John Smith. John Adams Smith, age 67. Died in City Hospital, Charity Ward, 22nd of last month. Death certificate.
Mm-hmm. Pneumonia.
And other things.
What other things?
The intern who signed that certificate said Smith was pretty run down. Evidences of malnutrition, possible TB history.
Not noted here, Mr. Steele.
Doesn't make any difference. Smith was able to stand the exam for the policies when they were issued in 1943.
You got him there?
Yes. 1,500 total. Beneficiary, Lorraine Broderick.
She the one you can't locate?
She's the one.
Any other possible heirs, family or anyone?
No, Smith was all alone. No problems there.
Any other material that might help to find Lorraine Broderick?
No, this stuff here, it might help you. I don't know. I just don't know.
You sound discouraged, Mr. Steele.
$1,500 isn't a lot of money, and the chances are Lorraine Broderick won't even remember John Adams Smith when you do find her. But I hope you do. I'm explaining this badly. Look here. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And here. And here. It's the same all through the book. Smith was absolutely religious about his payments. Never missed a one. Never let it slide one day. Now, I bet I've got the record of 20,000 policy buyers. But none of them reads like that.
I'm impressed, Mr. Steele. Can you tell me why Smith died in a charity ward if he was this conscientious?
He didn't have any money or friends or home. He made his living selling papers.
Oh.
We wouldn't have known about his death except for the fact that the coroner's office called us.
What can you tell me about his beneficiary?
Lorraine Broderick was just someone who stopped and talked to him one day while he was selling papers. She was 11 years old at the time.
What?
Yes. The agent who sold the policies used to buy his papers from the old boy. One day, Smith stopped him and said he wanted to do something nice for a nice little girl named Lorraine Broderick. So he began taking out the policies.
The agent have any more background on that part of it?
No. Lorraine Broderick met Smith that one afternoon and helped him sell his newspapers. Smith never saw her again after that.
1943, she must be 23 or so now.
Well, I hope she grew up to be the kind of person he thought she was then.
Oh, hardly any of us fill out the promise we have at 11 years, Mr. Steele.
Then that isn't what I mean. I mean, if he met her that one day when she was a little girl and he made this gesture toward her, and it was tough for him to make those payments all those years, I hope she deserves it. The money doesn't mean anything, but that kind of endorsement from somebody, even an old bird who sells papers on a corner, is worth more than all the money in the world. Does that sound foolish, Mr. Dollar?
Not a bit, Mr. Steele. Not a bit. Expense account item 2, $2. Cab fare to Lorraine Broderick's last known address. 1485 Cushing Street, a broken-down apartment house that had probably never seen better days or better neighbors. The owner and manager of the building recalled that Paul and Mary Broderick, parents of Lorraine, had been killed in an automobile accident in 1948. The manager did not know what had become of Lorraine. She had moved out of the apartment 2 days after the funeral. No forwarding address. Expense account item 3, 4 bits, more cab fare. This time 7 blocks away to Pulaski Street, and a dingy cluster of red brick buildings that were yielding slowly to time and wear. I arrived at 3 on the dot. I don't think high schools ever change much. At least this one was no different than the one I'd been in way back when. The persistent smell of pencil sharpeners, ink, discarded lunch wrappings.
Yes?
Sister Mary Regina?
Yes, may I help you?
Good afternoon, sister. My name's Johnny Dollar. I wonder if I could talk to you a moment.
Dollar.
Yes.
Are you sure you shouldn't be speaking to Sister Amadea in the grade school? I don't believe we have any students named Dollar.
Oh, no, sister. I don't have any children in school here. I've been hired by Eastern Trust Insurance Company to locate a beneficiary on one of their insurance policies. I thought perhaps you might help me.
Well, I'll try, Mr. Dollar.
I took a chance and came here because it was the nearest high school to the girl's address. Her name is Lorraine Broderick.
Lorraine Broderick?
Yes. The last trace I have of her was in 1948. She was about 17 then, possibly still in school, possibly this school.
Lorraine Broderick.
Mm-hmm. Sound familiar, sister?
In a way, yes. Oh, there are so many, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, I just met about 3,000 of them out in the hall.
Yes, I know. 1948. Benson, Brady, Broderick, Lorraine Mary Broderick.
Oh.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, your guess was very good. She was here in St. Charles from 1945 to 48, yes.
I wonder if there's an address listed there, home address.
1120 Seaton Place. Oh, my, that's quite far from here. Parents, deceased, guardian. Oh.
Anything wrong, sister?
Why, I remember Lorraine now, Mr. Dollar. Her parents were killed in an automobile accident in her senior year. Yes, and she went to live with her uncle, James Broderick, at this Seaton address. Oh, yes, I remember that lovely girl. She was in Sister Hildegard's class.
That ties up with what I know about her so far, sister.
Oh, I remember her so clearly. I can even see her face. Perhaps that was it, her face. Like an angel's, gentle and fresh and wonderful.
The man who left her the insurance money must have thought the same as you do, sister. He saw her one day when she was 11.
Oh, I have an annual from that year, Mr. Dollar. Would you like to see Lorraine?
Yes.
Right here. Yes, here we are. That's Lorraine Broderick. Beautiful, isn't she?
Sister Mary Regina pointed to a group picture on one of the pages. It was labeled Girls Fidelity. Lorraine Broderick was in the first row, one of 30 or 40 self-conscious little girls wearing identical self-conscious expressions. Her hair appeared to be deep brown or black, her features soft and slightly cherubic. Undeniably, Lorraine Broderick had been a beautiful young girl. In all probability, she was a beautiful young woman, wherever she was. By 5 o'clock, I'd been to her uncle's address on Seaton Place. There I learned that Uncle James Broderick had died of a heart attack in 1950. The people at the address reported that Lorraine had lived with him up until the time of his death. She had worked in a dentist's office, they told me. As far as they knew, she still worked there. I made a phone call.
Yes, sir?
Johnny Dollar, Mr. Steele.
Oh, how are you going on Lorraine Broderick?
Well, I might need some help. Have you got a man?
Sure.
I've got her traced up to 1950, Steele. She worked for a dentist here in town.
Uh-huh.
Probably got her job in his office right out of high school. That meant she pretty well had to get it through a professional agency.
That sounds reasonable. I got a man to check the agencies in town that specialize in that.
Let me know. The next day, I was back in St. Charles High School making up a list of names and addresses belonging to students who had been in Lorraine Broderick's graduation class. Out of the 10 names I chose at random, I was able to locate only 2. Both girls, both married. Both remembered Lorraine Broderick. Neither of them had seen her since graduation. Neither of them was able to furnish any helpful information. Expense account item 5, 10 cents, 1 phone call. Steele again.
You want to take this down, Dollar?
Yeah, okay.
David Pollard. That's Dr. David Pollard. 2950 Tremel Lane. Lorraine Broderick went to work for him as a receptionist in 1949. Got it?
Got it. What's his office address?
Suite 210, Majestic Building.
I got there about 5:45. There was no receptionist on duty. As a matter of fact, no reception desk. A stern-looking nurse in a rumpled white uniform knew nothing of a Lorraine Broderick who might have worked for Doctor. Doctor was working with a patient. If I cared to wait for Doctor...
Yes, what is it?
My name's Dollar. I'm with the Eastern Trust Insurance Company.
I don't need any today, Mr. Dollar.
I'm not looking for a sale, Doctor.
What?
That's right. I'm trying to find a friend of yours.
Who are you talking about?
Lorraine Broderick.
Oh. How is Lorraine these days?
I don't know, Doctor. I'd like to meet her and find out.
Well, you're looking in the wrong place. I can't help you. She hasn't been around here for a couple of years. Goodbye.
Oh, wait.
Well, what now?
Well, you've got an awful big chip on your shoulder, Doctor. You won't even let me explain my business.
I'm not interested in your business. I can tell you mine's been going on since 8 o'clock this morning, and I'm pretty tired.
You finished now?
Well, yes.
Can I take you downstairs and buy you a drink?
Sorry. What is it you want to know?
Where I can get in touch with her.
I don't know. She quit without notice a couple of years ago. Just didn't come back. Too bad, too.
Do you have any idea where she might have gone?
Just what is this for?
To pay her some money we owe her. We can't locate her anywhere.
Well, I'm sorry, but neither can I.
Are you still trying?
Not anymore. All I know is she just left one day about 2 years ago. She had a little apartment over on the west side. The manager told me she'd pulled out bag and baggage, and I haven't heard from her since.
Were you on good terms with her, Doctor? Doctor?
I'll take the drink. Don't misunderstand me, Dollar. She was a real sweet girl. But there was something about her. I don't know. I hope you find her. Or maybe I don't.
What are you talking about?
She had plans of her own, plans she never told me about. Look, I was in practice 3 years when she came to work for me, fresh out of high school. With all of it, she still made me feel like a little boy in knee pants. That smile of hers you could take two ways. And the look that went with it. I'm sure she's met a lot of men since she walked out on me, and I'll bet all of them have found out the same thing.
What's that?
That they've been taken.
You mean money?
Oh, it wasn't the watch or the necklace or the loans every now and then. It was being taken worse. You know, being used and knowing you're being used.
I don't quite get it.
And I'll make it clear. That sweet, fresh, beautiful little girl was out to do everything and everybody for all she could get. She's rotten, you know, just plain rotten.
Johnny Dollar.
This is Carl Walden. There's a message here for me to call you.
Oh, yes, Mr. Walden. I'm with Eastern Trust Insurance Company. We're trying to locate an insurance beneficiary named Lorraine Broderick. Understand she lived in your apartment building up until 1953.
Well, who told you that?
A doctor she worked for here, Dr. Pollard.
I don't know where she is, Mr. Dollar. I haven't seen her for 2 years.
We're trying to pay off a claim, Mr. Walden. Didn't she leave a forwarding address or give you any idea of where she...
No, not a thing. You've got a job on your hands, pal.
Huh?
I don't think that baby wants to be found.
Got a couple of minutes?
Yes.
I'll be right over. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eastern Trust Insurance Company, Claims Division, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures incurred during my investigation of the Broderick matter. Lorraine Broderick, that is, missing. Expense account continued. Item 6, $14 even, photographs. The photographer who had taken the pictures of the 1948 graduating class at St. Charles High School still carried the proofs in his files. Among them, 4 poses of Lorraine Broderick. I'd stopped by to get them on my way out to see Carl Walden, apartment house manager. He hadn't changed his mind about anything since our phone conversation.
No, sir. She doesn't seem to want anybody to know where she is. She'd have left a forwarding address or something like that. Instead, she pulled out in the middle of the night bagging baggage, and that's the last we ever saw of her.
Just when was this, Mr. Walden?
About the middle of December or so, 1953. Yes, it was a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want one of these?
No, thanks. I don't smoke.
Can you think of any place she might have gone, Mr. Walden?
New York City.
Oh, why New York?
Well, it's the closest place to go, isn't it, for somebody like her?
I'm not so sure I know what she was like. I've had several different versions, Mr. Walden.
Say, you talked to that doctor she worked for?
Yeah.
Boy, I'll bet his version was a pip.
How do you mean?
Well, she walked out on him. That poor guy was around here several times asking if we'd heard from her, if she'd written us a change of address. He didn't say it, but I think he had it real bad for her.
Oh?
Oh, yeah. And I didn't tell him about the other guy either.
Well, suppose you tell me about the other guy, Mr. Walden.
Well, why not?
Well?
Well, about a week before she left, I saw her in the hall a couple of times with this other guy. Big, gray-haired man, wore Homburgs and things like that.
An older man, is that what you mean?
Oh, no, not old. 45-ish, maybe. You know, expensive-looking character. Drove a caddy the size of a freight train, New York plates. Buy and sell this place with his pocket money.
Happen to know his name?
No. He never came around again after she moved out. But they were sure chummy while he was here. At least a couple of times I saw them together. Can't blame him. She was okay.
Did she owe you any rent when she left?
Nope.
Did she give you notice she was vacating?
Nope, just left.
A note or anything?
A $50 bill on the desk in an envelope addressed to me. That's all. That's it.
Well, was she friendly with anybody else in the building?
Well, not that I know of. People here keep pretty much to themselves. You know, it's a funny thing.
What's funny?
That old boy with the Homburg. I wonder why he never came around looking for her.
Good question. Expense account item 7, $22, advertisements. I placed ads in the personal columns of every New York paper. Anyone knowing the present whereabouts of Lorraine Broderick, please contact. I spent the rest of the day interviewing the Cadillac dealers in town on the off chance that one of them might have serviced the Cadillac with a New York plate sometime in December of 1953. No one remembered the man Walden had described. I even tried the service records. Impossible to check. The case was stalemated that way for 5 days. Last Tuesday, things picked up. Johnny Dollar.
Hello?
Hello, who is this?
Johnny Dollar?
Yeah.
Can you hear me very well? Johnny, I'm calling from New York.
Hey, who is this?
Why, it's Lorraine.
Lorraine.
Yes, I saw your advertisement in the papers, Johnny. I wondered what you wanted.
Johnny.
Yes, that's what I always called you, isn't it?
You never met me before in your life. Hey, what is this?
Why, just a moment. Go ahead, Mr. Dameron.
Mr. Dollar?
Yeah.
Just what is your business with Lorraine Broderick?
I want to find her to pay off an insurance claim. Now, who are you?
I see. I'm sorry. I asked my secretary to say she was Lorraine. I've been listening on the extension.
I'd like a little more explanation than that, Mr.
Dameron, William Dameron, 424 East 47th Street. I know how all this must sound to you, Mr. Dollar, but I'm not trying to confuse you.
Well, I am confused. Do you know Lorraine Broderick?
Yes.
Then let's take it from there, Mr. Dameron. Expense account item 8, $15. Transportation and incidentals, Hartford to New York, for the purpose of seeing Mr. William Dameron, whoever he might be, and trying to gather further information concerning Lorraine Broderick, wherever she might be. 424 East 47th was a 30-story job that housed, among other things, the Union Brokerage Company. This happened to be located on a ground-level suite. It also happened that Mr. William Dameron was president of same. He looked about the way I expected.
Of course I knew Lorraine Broderick, Mr. Dollar. I apologize again for that awkward subterfuge on the telephone. You say you represent an insurance company?
That's right.
May I see your credentials?
Well, sure. Here you are.
Investigator. Thank you.
We're trying to pay off on a policy, Mr. Dameron. A man named John Smith left Lorraine Broderick a small estate of $1,500.
I see.
Can you tell me where she is right now?
I'm afraid I can't. Oh, sit down, Mr. Dollar. Sit down, please.
Oh, thanks. I take it you knew her in Hartford.
That's right, I did. She came here to New York with me.
Oh?
Let me assure you there was nothing improper about it. I met Lorraine when she was working for a dentist there, a doctor... oh, whatever it was. I happened to have had a little dental trouble on a trip there. I found the dentist and I met her. When I suggested she drive to New York with me, I did it with the understanding that we were to be married here.
Uh-huh. You couldn't have known her very long, Mr. Dameron.
A week. No one could have been more surprised than myself at my own conduct. And still more surprised when once we arrived here, Lorraine disappeared.
Yeah, that seems to be a habit of hers. Tell me about it, Mr. Dameron. Look, you're talking to me, not the insurance company.
Very well. It was Christmas Eve of 1952. Lorraine was staying with my sister Pauline up in Westchester County. I picked her up about 6 o'clock that evening to go to a party out on Long Island. Between here and Long Island, we stopped for gasoline. I left the car for a moment, and when I came back, Lorraine was gone. And, that's it.
Did you see her or hear from her after that?
No, I didn't.
Did she leave a note in the car, a message of some kind?
No.
I don't quite get this, Mr. Dameron. You were going to be married after you knew her only a week. You brought her here to New York, and a few days later, she just stepped out of your car in a filling station and disappeared.
It's quite reasonable from her point of view, I suppose.
But not from mine. It doesn't make sense. Did you have a fight, an argument or something?
Oh, no.
Well, what was it?
Nothing. I don't think I would ever have argued with Lorraine. Lovely, gentle, sweet.
Yeah, I know. What about her things?
What things?
Well, her clothes out at your sister's. Didn't she send for them, or what?
No, she only had 2 small bags. They're still there as far as I know.
Well, what did you do? Did you call the police?
No, why?
Well, I would if a girl I was going to marry disappeared like that.
No, I'm afraid a call to the police would have been, well, rather awkward, a man in my position.
Let me ask you this. Do you have any idea why she walked away?
Yes. Perhaps it's of no practical value to you, though.
Any information I can get will be helpful, Mr.
Well, all right, then. I think Lorraine was frightened.
Of what?
Of life, Mr. Dollar. Not people or circumstances, but life. Yes.
You say that with a lot of conviction.
Yes. Lorraine had always been, well, a poor girl. She lived with a rather decrepit uncle for a time after her parents were killed in an accident, an automobile accident, she said. I think that I offered her the happiness and security she had always longed for. But I also think she was not mature enough or adjusted well enough to accept it. This is of no value, is it?
Well, it might be. Can you tell me if she ever spoke of any ambitions? Maybe she wanted to go on the stage or become a nurse, something.
Lorraine simply wanted to be my wife and live here. I can see you find that difficult to believe when I'm almost old enough to have been her father. But that is not the reason Lorraine walked away from the car that night. Believe me, Mr. Dollar, unless I'm terribly mistaken, she was very much in love with me and wanted to marry me.
Have you tried to find her, Mr. Dameron?
No, I have not. I waited around the filling station that night hoping she'd return, but I didn't report the matter to the police, as I said before. I intended to hire private detectives to locate her, but then I gave that up, too.
I'm afraid I don't understand this. If you loved her...
Would this make it more understandable? Lorraine was a rational, normal human being when I left her in that car. No one forced her away from it, or me. The man at the filling station said she merely stepped out and disappeared down the street. She left of her own free will, for her own reasons.
I think I see your point.
Thank you. I've hoped that one day she would appear at my door, contact me, come to me. But she hasn't. The most matchless woman I've ever known. Is there any way I can help you more concretely?
If you could tell me the exact location of that filling station.
Yes, I believe I can do that, but why?
Last place she was seen alive.
Oh, that word alive.
Just a word, Mr. Dameron.
Have you spoken to many people who knew her?
A few. The dentist she worked for, an apartment house manager, principal in her high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they all told me the truth.
The what?
The truth. You know, how it actually was. What really happened.
Oh,
Mr. Dameron, she would have run out on you in Westchester, taken a cab from your sister's place with her luggage, or she could have come to you and called off the marriage.
Mr. Dollar,
Now, looking at you and talking to you, anyone would be impressed by the fact that you're a reasonable and understanding man. I am. She could have left you a dozen easier ways, Mr. Dameron, but it doesn't stand to reason that she'd step out of a car on Christmas Eve on the way to a party and disappear. With no luggage, with the clothes on her back, and no more. Women don't do things like that. They want an overnight bag, a change of clothes, somewhere to go to. It doesn't make sense.
But that's exactly what she did.
They don't do it that way unless there's a mighty good reason. A real gilt-edged reason, Mr. Dameron. Something that says what's ahead is better than what's being left. How much did she swipe?
What?
What did she take? How much?
Close to $6,500.
$6,500. Lovely, sweet, gentle.
She took it from the wallet in my overcoat while I was talking to the filling station attendant. I would have given it to her gladly. All of this, everything. But she had to steal it from me. She had to steal it from me like some common little thief. There's truly no fool like an old fool. Is there, Mr. Dollar?
Johnny Dollar.
Bob Steele, Eastern Trust. How's New York?
Fine, but I haven't found Lorraine Broderick yet.
How about your lead? What was his name?
Dameron? He hasn't seen her since Christmas Eve, a couple of years ago. She walked out on him with $6,500.
What now?
You, want to keep on with it, Mr. Steele?
Sure, we have to pay her off, even if it is only $1,500. But you sound like this was all the farther you want to go.
It might be at that.
Oh, what did you say?
Look, a sweet old man left a nice little girl $1,500. Apparently, I'm looking for a grown woman who isn't very nice anymore.
Beside the point, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, Steele, I'm still on the case. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. Location, New York City, New York. To the Eastern Trust Insurance Company, Claims Division, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an account of expenditures during my investigation of the Broderick matter. Subject, Lorraine Broderick. Object, to locate her and pay off claim. Results, disillusioning. More expenses. Item 9, $3, cab fare. From the plush offices of William Dameron to a filling station out on Long Island. To check his story of Lorraine's disappearance. A major oil company owned and operated the filling station where Lorraine Broderick had last been seen. Their payroll records named 3 attendants on duty, Christmas Eve, that is, in 1953. Item 10, $28, more cab fare, and don't squawk about it. I located and interviewed all 3. Enclosed fine statement of Edward Quinlan.
Sure, I remember that chick. Better looking than this picture, I'll tell you that. She drove in with this old guy, Dameron, you said, yeah. Well, he hadn't been away from the car 20 seconds before she was out walking down the street as fast as she could, long dress and all. When he come back and asked what had happened to her, I told him. So he went and sat in his car for maybe a couple hours waiting for her to come back. I knew she was gone for good. He knew it too, must have. But he waited. I felt sorry for him. Poor old geezer, even if he did drive a kid. She shouldn't have run out on him like that, Christmas Eve and all.
Pauline Dameron Whitfield, sister of William Dameron, living up in Westchester County, verified her brother's story. Lorraine Broderick had left all of her clothes and bags at her house. Mrs. Whitfield had not heard from her or seen her since Christmas Eve, 1953. A check of the luggage revealed no information that would be helpful in locating Lorraine Broderick. The following morning at the New York Police Department downtown, I requested a missing persons investigation on Lorraine Broderick.
She was booked in under an alias, Jane Brown. When I got to court, she gave her right name, Lorraine Broderick.
What was the charge, Sergeant?
Misdemeanor, drunk, disturbing a peace. $25 in night court, April 25th, 1953.
That the only time she made the blotter?
Yep.
What's the address, Sergeant?
1346 Yardley.
1346
That's 2
Yardley.
years ago.
Thanks. At the address on Yardley, I learned that Lorraine Broderick had moved 18 months before. Again, there was no forwarding address, but the landlady turned out to be quite talkative.
I'm glad she moved away from here, Mr. Dollar. I'd like to help you find her, but I'm awful glad she moved away.
Why do you say that, Mrs. Gaines?
Noisy. Parties all the time. I run a quiet place, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
When she first come here to rent the apartment, I thought she was the quiet type. Nice. She looked like she was just out of finishing school or something like that. Oh, she couldn't have been more than 20 years old. Well, maybe a little more, 22. She told me she was a secretary and she worked in Manhattan. Well, I let her have the apartment, of course. She paid her rent in advance, in cash. But once she was in, it was a different story.
Yeah. Did she tell you where she worked in Manhattan?
No, she never quite got around to mentioning that. Anyway, she couldn't have worked very hard. All the dates she had, night after night, honestly.
Do you happen to know any of them, Mrs. Gaines?
I do not. Big, noisy parties.
Well, did she go with any particular man?
A smart little girl like that sticking to just one man?
I don't know whether she was very smart at all. Was she friendly with anybody in the building?
Nope.
Any idea where she might have gone from here?
Nope. All I can say is I'm glad she don't live here no more.
I went back to police headquarters. It had occurred to me that hardly anyone is ever arrested for being drunk and disturbing the peace alone. I was right. The night court files revealed that Lorraine Broderick had been arrested with 5 other people, 3 men and 2 women. I took down their names and began to check them out. Number 3 down the line was a man named Tyler in the hosiery business. Yes, he remembered Lorraine Broderick very well. No, he hadn't seen her for 6 months, but he could tell me where she lived. He'd seen her going in and out of an apartment on 61st Street several times. He gave me the address.
The boy will take your bags. Will he? Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'm looking for a Miss Lorraine Broderick.
Broderick?
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir. We have no one by that name registered here.
That's funny.
I thought at first you were going to say Lorraine Bradley. We had a Mrs. Bradley here at one time.
Oh. Did Mrs. Bradley look anything like this picture?
Yes, that's Mrs. Bradley.
Bradley, huh? How long ago did she move out?
4 months ago, anyhow.
Do you have her forwarding address?
No, sir, I don't. I wish I did.
Huh?
Mrs. Bradley wrote us a bad check for her rent. We've been trying to locate her.
Did you report it to the police?
Yes, sir. I understand she's been quite active along those lines. They're looking for her, too.
For the third time in one day, I was back at police headquarters, this time inquiring about a Lorraine Bradley. There were 5 wants on her for passing bad checks.
Gave it up about 4 months ago here in New York, looks like. Then we got a buzzer from Chicago. She was there for a couple of weeks. Wrote about $600 in wallpaper. San Francisco people are looking for her, too. Here's something came in yesterday. Last job in Santa Barbara 3 days ago.
Expense account item 11, $4.05. One long-distance phone call to Mr. Steele at Eastern Trust in Hartford.
Using the name Bradley, huh?
Yeah, it's probably just a phony. No record of a marriage in New York City to anyone that name. I looked.
What's wrong with her, anyhow?
I don't know.
Well, you better get out to the coast and find out.
Item 12, $38, hotel, board, and miscellaneous while in New York City. Item 13, $258.60, New York to Santa Barbara. A little town by the Pacific that impressed me as not caring one thing about the rest of the world. Sun, sea, a pleasantly crowded harbor, some sprawling hotels, 2 lush green golf courses, and acres of smug, expensive homes. At the police station, a Sergeant Martin was out, so I went over to the Harbor Inn to meet the latest victim of Lorraine Broderick's talents, a hotel operator named Harrington. Tall, gray-haired, slack sport shirt, suntan, and sandals.
I suppose I'm avoiding this business and your questions because I still feel quite chagrined about this whole thing.
Pretty understandable, Mr. Harrington.
On the face of it, you'd think I'd been in the hotel business 30 seconds instead of 30 years, the way she took me.
Well, if it's any comfort, she's done the same thing in several cities and as many hotels.
No comfort, thank you.
She was that good, huh?
Brother, she was the best. She pranced in here as big as life, probably didn't have a nickel in the purse. What's more, for the whole 4 days she was here, she didn't break stride once. Only the best of everything.
Uh-huh. Let's see, she gave you a check for $813, is that right?
Painfully right. And I took it. No questions. Every night in the dining room, she'd order champagne, special dishes. I'd give you some idea of how she carried on.
Yeah, I get the idea.
I've seen my share of grifters and bad check artists, but she tops them all. Perfume, clothes, luggage, conversation.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm humiliated already. Go ahead.
She checked in here alone, registered as Mrs. Lorraine Bradley, Beverly Hills, right?
That's right.
Well, now, didn't it strike you as odd that a woman would check in a place like this, a resort hotel, alone, stay 4 days, and meet no one, see no one?
You're wrong. She didn't keep to herself. Became friends with at least half a dozen guests in the place. And the way she was throwing my money around, why not? She picked up all the tabs. She threw me off right from the start.
Let's talk about that. Start at the top, please.
Well, she showed up last Wednesday night in a cab loaded down with luggage. Probably wrote a bad check for that someplace.
Probably.
She came swinging into the lobby with the cabbie following her. Told the night clerk she wanted to see me. When I came down the stairs, she yelled, "Harry!" Ran up, kissed me, asked me how my wife was. You beat that.
No.
One of those tricks that your mind plays on you, I suppose. I actually thought I did remember her from somewhere.
Pretty good. What was her story?
She said she was on her way back from Lake Tahoe, wanted to rest up. Something about just getting a divorce, being awarded $3,000 a month alimony. That impressed me.
It would impress anyone, Mr. Harrington. Did she make up any kind of a story about where she'd met you before?
No story. But I got the impression, and of course she saw to it, that she had stopped here before. I wasn't altogether a boob. I did check her home address in Beverly Hills. There was a Robert Bradley listed there, same address she gave. Later on, I found out that he's in Europe with his wife and children.
But his name was in the book.
Oh, yes.
Say, getting back to that part about her being familiar.
That's just a good trick on her part, Dollar. Now, I did think I'd known her from somewhere, and, well, she also arranged it so that I was too embarrassed to ask her specifically. In all honesty, I suppose I wanted to have known her.
Can you explain that?
She was about the most beautiful thing I ever saw. She walked through that door right now and told me none of this was true. I'd probably believe her.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a copy of her hotel account? I'd like to look it over.
Why?
Oh, the phone calls, mostly. Maybe she contacted someone we can trace.
No phone calls. Here. This check was drawn on a bank in Beverly Hills.
Was it personalized?
No. Maybe I should have thought something of that. Huh?
No, not particularly.
Well, here's this much. I can't stand to look it over. It makes me kind of sick. $813.
I spent another hour with Mr. Harrington as he distastefully covered the items on the bill she'd paid for with that bad check. Later that afternoon, I met with Sergeant Martin, Santa Barbara Police, who reported that a woman answering Lorraine's description had passed bad checks in Burlingame, Santa Maria, and Ojai, California. Expense account item 14, $102.85. Transportation to Monterey and Santa Cruz, where I interviewed 2 other hotel managers who would file complaints. Their stories were pretty much the same as Harrington's, down to the pretended familiarity, the divorce, and alimony details. Item 15, $4.15. Long-distance phone call, Steele again in Hartford.
That you, Johnny?
Yeah, Mr. Steele. I've been hopping around all over the state.
Policeman in Santa Barbara called here trying to find you, Sergeant Martin. He says he's got a line on her.
Huh?
He's done it again. Hop down to Malibu Beach. The man who runs the seaside inn there found out her check was bad 15 minutes after she left. Now get started. You shouldn't be more than an hour behind her.
Mr. Steele, I'm on my way. Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, my name's King, Malibu Sheriff's Station. Did you leave a message here?
Oh, yes, sir. I understand you're looking for Lorraine Broderick.
Broderick or Bradley, whatever name she's using. We want her.
I'm looking for her, too.
Well, what's your connection?
I'm an insurance investigator. We've been trying to find her all the way from Hartford. We have to pay off a claim that's due her.
Claim?
Yeah, that's right. An old man left her $1,500.
She doesn't deserve it, not that one.
I can't tell him that. He's dead.
I'm expecting a little action on it pretty quick.
Like to be in on it.
Come on over.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. Location, Malibu Beach, California. To the Eastern Trust Insurance Company, Claims Division, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Broderick matter. More expenses, item 15, $38 even. More transportation. My trip here to Malibu Beach, where I didn't even bother listening to another disgruntled hotel proprietor repeat a bad check story I knew only too well. I went directly to the sheriff's station and Deputy King.
Well, that's about the picture, Mr. Dollar. Lorraine Bradley was at the inn 4 days and checked out this morning. Used the name Bradley. Lorraine Bradley. She can't be too far ahead of you now.
I hope not. This has been a long, rough chase.
While she was at the inn, she took up with one of our local residents, a man named Joe Tappan, who lives over in the beach colony. We know this much. He drove her into town this morning when she checked out of the inn.
Have you talked to this man Tappan yet?
He hasn't come back yet.
When did she leave the inn?
Oh, about 10 this morning.
Uh-huh. After 2 now.
It gives him just about time. He has a house over in the colony. We've got a man there.
Colony?
Down the road a piece. They call it that because a lot of movie stars built beach homes there 25 or 30 years ago. Movie colony, right in the beach.
Oh, this Tappan, is he an actor?
Yeah, when he gets work, which isn't very often. Mainly, he keeps suntanned. Excuse me.
Sure.
Yeah, this King. Oh. Good, right away. Tappan just drove up to his house. Let's go.
I went with Deputy King to talk with Joe Tappan. He turned out to be a healthy, muscular man in his mid-30s. By the time we got there, he was in trunks and sunglasses, sitting on a porch at the front of his house. He was a little stunned by the news we brought him.
What? The reign of phony? Are you sure about this, Sheriff?
That's the man at the seaside inn.
Oh, no. No, I don't believe it.
Is this Lorraine? Go ahead, look at it.
Well, that looks like Lorraine. Yes, but I can't be sure. She's older. Well, I mean, the girl in this picture's pretty young.
It's her, all right.
Mr. Dollar's been looking all over the country for her. Hartford, New York City, up and down this coast.
Well, come on. Let's go up to the house. I thought I knew her pretty well.
How long did you know her, Mr. Tappan?
Well, not long, but I knew her. I really did.
When did you meet her?
The first night she checked into the Seaside Inn.
4 days, then?
Yeah. Want something to drink?
No.
No, thanks.
Well, I think I'll have... No, I don't want to talk about her.
We have to talk about her, Mr. Tappan.
But I'm sure there's some explanation about the check.
She'd have to explain quite a few checks. Right, Dollar?
Yeah, that's about it. Mr. Tappan, I understand you drove her into Los Angeles this morning.
That's right. I took her to the Beverly Glen Hotel.
Did she check in there?
No, she just dumped her luggage. She told me she didn't know whether or not she'd have to go to Chicago tonight. Something about a house she owned there that had to be rented or sold.
Uh-huh. Did you leave her there at the Beverly Glen?
No. She made a phone call and said that she had to meet her lawyer.
Did she say where?
A bar in Hollywood. The Topper, I think it was, on Cahuenga Boulevard. I drove her over there and left her.
When was this?
A couple of hours ago, I guess. About noon.
How was she dressed?
Black, strapless, wore a fur stole.
Did she mention any names, tell you anything about herself?
Oh, yes. She told me that 6 months ago, a little boy was killed in an automobile accident. He was only 2 years old. She said that was the thing that broke up her marriage to this Bradley.
Uh-huh.
And she told me that she needed to believe in something again. Someone. And that she needed someone to believe in her.
Well, there wasn't any little boy or any husband, Mr. Tappan. There have been a couple of men I've talked to, a dentist in Hartford, a businessman in New York, who felt the same way as you do about her.
Well, even with what you told me, I believe what she said. Why, she cried a little when she was telling me. Oh, I don't care how you look at me. I don't think that anyone could invent a story that tragic without some sort of basis.
A good liar can see a story in a newspaper like that one and adapt it for his own needs.
But I am an actor, sir, and I can tell when other people are acting. She wasn't. She...
Well, go on, Mr. Tappan.
Look, I've got a suggestion for you. What's your name? Dollar. I've got a suggestion for you. Try believing what people tell you sometime. It'll do something with that habit you have of bearing down with your eyes.
Okay, the next time I have 2 weeks off.
What?
See you, Mr. Tappan. I drove into Hollywood with Deputy King. At the Beverly Glen Hotel, a worried clerk was still wondering what to do with the 14 pieces of luggage Lorraine Broderick had deposited there earlier. No, she was not registered at the hotel. No, she hadn't phoned in and given him any instructions. Deputy King made arrangements for a man to cover the lobby in case she showed up to claim her things, and we went into the Topper.
What'll it be, gentlemen?
Police. I'd like to talk to the man who was on duty here at noon today.
Oh, that's me, sir. Is there anything wrong?
This is Mr. Dollar. We're trying to locate a woman who's been using the name Lorraine Bradley. We were told she was in here around noon today.
Nope, I don't recognize that name, sir.
About 5'5", dark brown hair, brown eyes, 24 years old, wore a black strapless summer dress and stole.
Yeah, 24... No. Nobody like that in all day. No, so noon is a pretty slow time, sir. I'd have noticed if anybody like that came in, I think.
Have you been on duty all that time?
I came on at 10. That's when we opened. Are you sure this is the right place, the Topper?
Now, this is the place.
Well, I wish I could help you, sir, but I'm sorry. Excuse me, will you? Yes, sir, will you?
Well, we struck out.
One thing.
What's that?
That luggage at the Beverly Glen.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on it.
Lorraine Broderick did not return to the Beverly Glen Hotel that day to claim her luggage. The lobby was watched around the clock. Her description was on the Daily Bulletin. Every policeman in Los Angeles was on the lookout for her. I spent my time thinking about the little girl who had helped an old man sell newspapers one afternoon years ago. A little girl with a face like an angel. I didn't feel good about this case. But Joe Tappan felt worse when I went to see him again.
Well.
Hi. Mind if I come in?
What now, Mr. Dollar?
Your girlfriend.
What about her?
I've been thinking about what you told us.
So?
So maybe you didn't understand what I told you.
Now, look
I'm
here.
not pushing my weight around, Tappan. But it seems to me you're a little stubborn in what you want to believe about her. How old did she tell you her baby was that she lost in a car accident?
2 years old.
All right. 2 years ago, she was working for a dentist in Hartford, Connecticut. He was pretty much in love with her. She left him flat to take up with a man in the brokerage business in New York. She left him flat. Took $6,500 when she did it. There wasn't any baby in her life then. Her name was Lorraine Broderick. It still is. Now, would you like to see my file on her? I brought it along.
No, thanks.
I thought I'd better prove that part was a lie.
So you proved it.
Mind if I sit down?
Help yourself.
Thanks.
You have anything else to tell me?
I suppose I do, Mr. Tappan, since you don't seem to want to tell me anything.
Now, just
sit down, please. I've heard every man who knew her describe her, and I think I can understand why they feel the way they do. All I've got is a picture from a high school annual taken when she was 17. That was pretty good. She's 24 now. She must be 7 years better. Anyhow, you're my only hope now.
What?
Lorraine Broderick can get away from the police for a while. Oh, yeah, she's smart and clever, and she can go right on doing these same things she's been doing all along, stealing, writing bad checks. But that's police business. My part is to find her and give her something one man left her, an insurance bequest. But it's become more than that now, to find her and stop her, maybe. Look, they'll get her eventually, Tappan. Do you know what 5 years in prison can do to a woman like her? Do you?
Well, because I know her and she passed a few bad checks doesn't mean that I'm responsible in any way.
You're right, it doesn't. But you're involved just the same. Oh, you're different from just some hotel man who's been tilted. You're a boyfriend. True, just a 4-day boyfriend. But a woman like Lorraine Broderick can do a lot of damage in 4 days' time.
Why are you here? What do you want?
I'm here to disillusion you, Tappan, because I don't think you're disillusioned enough.
Now, just
You're a perfect stranger to me. I don't know you from a Grand Rapids chair, but I'm doing you a favor talking to you about Lorraine Broderick. I'm doing you a favor telling you she's a crook and a thief and a forger, and everything she ever told you was a lie. Now and then a woman walks into a man's life that he'd sell his soul for. But all she'll do in return is write you a bad check for it. She's trouble in a great big way, Tappan. You know it as well as I do.
Well, what do you want me to do? Apologize for meeting her?
I'll be satisfied if you tell me where she is.
What?
And stop lying.
Now, look here. I've listened to all I want to listen to.
Lorraine Broderick never went to that bar in Hollywood you were talking about yesterday. You didn't drop her off there. No one there has ever seen her. And she's the kind who could walk around the polo grounds with 50,000 other people and still be seen. Now, where did you take her? Where is she now?
Could it be fixed so she wouldn't know I told you?
I suppose so.
She's at the Wentmore downtown. Registered under the name of Evelyn Brady. Oh, this beats me, Dollar. I just don't understand it.
What do you mean?
How what you told me is true. I know that. But an hour ago, she called me up here and she said, Joe, I love you. Now, that sounded true, too. And I told her that I loved her. Now I'm turning her in. What kind of crazy world do we live in?
Expense account item 16, $14. Cab fare from Malibu to downtown Los Angeles in the Wentmore Hotel. A second-rate old-timer on Figueroa Street. A little different from the swank spots where Lorraine Broderick had lived so gaily. The clerk told me she was in 1302. I walked down the hall to Lorraine Broderick's room. The door was standing partially open. All of the lights seemed to be on. Hello? Hello? Hello, anybody?
Move it!
Huh?
Get out of this room!
What?
Get away! You're out, Joe!
I'd found Lorraine Broderick at last. Only she was standing on a ledge outside the window, all ready for a leap into eternity. Johnny Dollar.
Room 1302. This is the desk clerk. I have a call here.
Never mind the call. You call the police.
You call the what?
Call the police and tell them to hurry. There's an attempted suicide up here.
Who is this?
Shut up and do as I tell you.
Now, just a minute.
It won't do you any good. It won't
Won't do you any good at all.
Wait a minute.
Police, you, who cares? I'm going to jump anyhow.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar. Location, Los Angeles, California. To the Eastern Trust Insurance Company Claims Division, Hartford, Connecticut. The following is an accounting of expenditures during my investigation of the Broderick matter. An old man in Hartford died and left $1,500 insurance money to a little girl who had been nice to him one afternoon back in 1943. My job, get the money to her. Even if she might take it and jump off the 13th floor ledge of a building.
Don't come any closer. I'll jump.
Lorraine.
Don't come any closer.
It's cold out there. Don't you think you should come inside?
I'm going to jump. Stay away now. Don't try to grab me.
All right. All right, I'll do anything you say, Lorraine. Okay.
What are you doing?
Taking off my coat. Standing out there, it must be cold. Here. You take my coat.
Don't come close.
I'm not.
I don't want your coat.
All right, Lorraine.
I never saw you before in my life. How do you know my name?
I've seen you.
No, you haven't. I remember people. And watch out.
Just going to light a cigarette. I can light a cigarette, can I? Do you want one?
No.
Can I have one?
Suit yourself. Are you a policeman?
No.
Where did you see me?
In a picture. In your high school annual at St. Charles.
St. Charles? What do you know about St. Charles? What's your name?
Johnny Dollar?
Are you from Hartford?
Yes.
Let me see your face in the light. Over there. Don't come near this window. Don't come near, or I'll jump right down there. That's right there. No, you aren't from Hartford. I never knew you. You're lying to me.
No, I'm not.
As room clerk of this hotel, I'm entitled to know. Oh.
Go away! Get out of here! Get out of here or I'll jump!
What?
Get out. Go on, get out.
Yes.
Did you call the police?
No, but I will.
I heard you tell him about the police. I don't care. They can't stop me. Nobody can stop me.
No, I suppose not, Lorraine. You can jump any time you want to. I can't stop you.
I wanted somebody to call the police. I want them all down there. When the crowd's big enough, I'll jump. And I'm not afraid to do it. I'm not afraid.
I know that. Lorraine, why don't you come away from the edge? I won't hurt you.
Everybody hurts me. You would, too.
Why do you want to jump, Lorraine?
I have my reasons. Look. There's a couple of people down there who see me. They're looking up here. They'd like to see me jump. Look, they're stopping other people. They'd all like to see me jump.
I don't think they'd like to see that at all, Lorraine.
Oh, yes, they would. Those people down there would love to see it happen. You'd like it, too.
No, I wouldn't. I want you to live, Lorraine.
You're afraid, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Why?
Dying is something all of us face. If you die here tonight, it makes me a little afraid of dying. I don't like to be afraid of anything.
Neither do I.
You must be afraid of something.
I'm not afraid of anything. I've never been afraid of anything. I'm going to jump down there, and that proves I'm not afraid.
I don't believe you, Lorraine. I think you were afraid to love Dr. Pollard in Hartford. I think you were afraid to marry William Dameron in New York City. I think you've been afraid of everything and everybody that was good for you for a long, long time.
Don't come closer!
Would you like to talk to a priest, Lorraine?
No.
Look, sometimes a priest can help you when you're all
You're
mixed...
so worried I'm going to jump off here any minute you'd say anything. Or try anything. I don't even know what you're doing here. Why you came here.
I told you, Lorraine, I've been looking for you.
Tell him to go back! Tell him all to go back or I'll jump!
Go back. Go on back, you crazy fools. Get back. It's all right. They aren't coming.
I don't want anybody here. A lot more people down there in the street now. Oh, they're getting the big lights up here. Golly.
Lorraine, look at me. Look toward me.
What?
I want to help you, Lorraine.
Nobody wants to help me. Nobody's ever wanted to help me.
You're wrong.
Then why did Mama and Daddy die? Why did they have to die? Why did Uncle Jim die? Why was I left alone? Why didn't I have anybody?
You did have somebody. You had Dr. Pollard if you wanted him. You had William Dameron.
Did you meet William?
Yes, sure, last week. He's still very much in love with you, Lorraine.
After I stole money from him and walked out on him?
Oh, the money meant nothing to him. He still loves you, Lorraine. He told me so.
I don't love him. I never loved him.
He thought so.
He was just nice.
Why did you leave him that way?
I'm no good. Never have been. You know. I've never been any good to anybody. You're lying to me about him.
Would you like to talk to Dameron? I can get him on the phone.
No, I don't want to talk to him or to anybody I know. But after I jump, you can tell him something for me.
Sure.
Tell him I meant to send the money back to him. I didn't. You can tell him I loved him. He'd feel good if you told him that, I think.
All right.
Go back! I don't care who you are! Go back or I'll jump right now! Wait! Close that hall door. If you want to see me jump, you'll have to watch from the street, down there with the others. Close it! Was he a policeman?
I suppose so. I don't know.
He looked foolish. Oh, Lord, he looked foolish.
Yeah, well, we all look foolish at one time or another. It passes.
Do I look foolish?
Yes. Yeah, you look foolish. You're not going through with this.
You know that for the first time in my life, I know exactly what I want to do, how I want to do it. I'm going to jump. Somebody's on the roof out here. They have a net. A big net.
From what I know about you, I thought you always knew pretty much what you wanted to do in life.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's very funny. I knew what I wanted in life. I never knew anything. And it's all botched up. Mama and Daddy died. I should have died, too. I should have been with Mama and Daddy when they were killed in the car. Well, it won't be long. I'll be with them. I won't be tired anymore pretty soon. Those men with a net up there.
Lorraine, wait.
Wait for what? You said you talked to people who've known me, who know what I was and what I am. Well, I didn't turn out the way they wanted me to, did I? I didn't even turn out the way I wanted to be. Look at me. Why should I wait?
One man had more faith in you than anybody else.
They're trying to lower that
He was an
net.
old man named John Smith. He sold papers back in Hartford. Old John Smith. Lorraine,
I think I'd better...
you met him one day when you were a little girl. You helped him sell his papers one afternoon. It meant a lot in his life, an awful lot. Do you remember him?
No.
You were 11 years old. You lived on Cushing Street.
Yes. I went downtown after school one day to look in the windows. I had a nickel and I bought a paper from that old man. He had tobacco juice on his lips. I talked to him. He told me all about selling papers. He said I was a very nice little girl. He asked me my name and where I lived. He talked about school and about growing up. He told me I'd grow up someday and be a lovely woman. He said, lovely woman. He was very nice. He was the nicest man I ever knew. And I only knew him that one afternoon. Where is he?
He's dead, Lorraine.
Dead?
He left you all his money. Insurance money. It comes to $1,500.
You're lying.
No, Lorraine. He wanted you to have it. He worked very hard and sacrificed a great deal to make sure you'd have it.
You're making all this up. It's all a lie. Only that afternoon.
It was an important afternoon. Here, look.
What? Don't come closer.
These prove I'm from the insurance company. Here's the check.
Throw them over.
All right. Go ahead. Pick him up. I won't make a move. What do you think now?
That old man. That poor old man. Oh, that poor old man.
Easy. Easy. Expense account item 17, $5.50, martinis. I needed them. It was my first and I hope my last half hour with an intended suicide. Attach find insurance check payable to Lorraine Broderick for $1,500. The psychiatrist who examined her believed that she will make a complete recovery in time. Until such time, she's not classified as a responsible person. I notified 2 parties of the events at the Wentmore Hotel. 1, Mr. William Dameron in New York City, who arrived in Los Angeles yesterday morning. 2, Joseph Tappan, who has already secured legal counsel for Lorraine Broderick when she answers the bad check charges against her. As you know, in matters like this, restitution is usually preferred to prosecution. Expense account item 18, $185. Transportation back to Hartford. Total, $1,132.14. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Remember, please, there'll be another intriguing story for you beginning next Monday night.
Next week, the Cronin matter. A matter of keeping a sweet old lady from carefully and deliberately losing her life. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, is transcribed in Hollywood. Written by John Dawson, it is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in this week's cast were Eleanor Audley, Barbara Eiler, Virginia Gregg, Carlton Young, Harry Bartell, Herbert Ellis, John Daner, Marvin Miller, Tony Barrett, Frank Gerstle, Chester Stratton, and Lawrence Dobkin. Musical supervision by Amerigo Marino. Be sure to join us on Monday night, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Roy Rowan speaking.
Welcome back. Well, a long and winding journey that takes Johnny on an emotional journey as well, as he's initially delighted by the assignment and the challenge, but then gets disillusioned by seeing what she became. This is such an absorbing story because we meet all these people and gather their impressions of her as he journeys down her life story. Like many of the Johnny Dollar serials, this one was adapted from a previous script. The credited writer for the story is John Dawson, which is really a pseudonym for E. Jack Newman. This script actually combines elements of 2 E. Jack Newman scripts. The serial's core story about the origins of Lorraine Broderick and Johnny's search for her come from the Thelma Ipsen matter. It then borrows the check fraud elements that were a big part of another episode, the Emily Broderick Matter, and these were both John Lund episodes that aired in 1953. The Emily Broderick Matter's plot is not an entirely easy fit at times. Johnny's interest in the check fraud case as the guy who's trying to find the fraudster and give her a $1,500 check are a bit much in terms of being realistic, as these were written for a John Lund story in which Lund was representing the insurance company who had to cover the losses from these checks. But to be fair, Johnny often goes above and beyond what you would reasonably expect an insurance investigator to do, so it's not that huge of a deal. Still, when he asked to be in on the arrest, that feels a bit bizarre. How would that have gone? Miss Broderick, I'm here to arrest you on 25 counts of check fraud. Oh, and me, I've got a $1,500 check for you. If you could sign for it before they handcuff you, that'd be great. Still, I think the check fraud case serves as a great vehicle for making this a cross-country trek, and it does show the degree to which she's running away and also running out of space. She's run from New York to Chicago to the West Coast. She's at the edge of the country, and with her pattern is running out of places to run to. In terms of the details of check fraud, it was a crime that was aided by the slow processing time that it took to process checks between banks. This was particularly true of out-of-town checks. Here, she kind of helped out the police by giving a local alias and drawing on a local bank. If she had used an out-of-town bank, Johnny may never have caught up with her. That she was able to get away with using non-personalized checks was interesting. I worked at a bank, and today these are typically issued with new accounts and maybe in some real emergency situations. And part of the problem is it's hard to find merchants who will take them without questioning it or unless they know you really well. But it was apparently much more common at this time before frauds like what we heard of in today's episodes became well known and merchants really started to take serious steps to avoid being taken. I've debated back and forth how I feel about the check fraud in terms of being psychologically believable. And I kind of blame my debate on that on the Emily Broderick Matter coming into circulation. This was actually the very first Johnny Dollar serial that I listened to, and I didn't think anything about her resorting to check fraud. But then with the Emily Broderick Matter, that character really is fairly sociopathic. And that's not really the profile of Lorraine Broderick. But I think that it does make sense for Lorraine in the context of her journey. When she swiped the $6,000 from Dameron, she really had money for the first time in her life. And money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a whole lot of anesthesia. Partying, possession, men. But even in 1955, $6,000 isn't going to last you forever. Particularly the way that she was spending it. Barring finding another boyfriend like Dameron, or doing something even more distasteful, writing bad checks would probably be the easiest way to maintain that sort of lifestyle. So I can see her going down that path to keep the money and the good times coming, and that she would be very successful at check fraud by using the same sort of gifts that allowed her to make that impression on John Smith, and which really drew people to her like the dentist and Mr. Dameron. Choosing that path, though, ultimately led her further down this downward spiral. She could have left that greater Los Angeles area. She could have gone down to San Diego. But her decision to leave the 14 pieces of luggage and check into a rundown hotel speaks less to the fact that she was aware that the police were closing in on her, and more of a sense of the emptiness of it all and her despair. In that context, her call to Joe Tappan was a prelude to the suicide. It was her way of saying goodbye. The potential suicide scene was really powerfully acted by both Bob Bailey and Virginia Gregg. There's so much to appreciate about Virginia Gregg's performance. She captures that sense of sadness and of fear while claiming to not be afraid of anything and to have never been afraid of anything. Lorraine Broderick feels so much, so intently, and it takes a real talented actress to bring that out without taking it too far, and this was just a masterclass by Virginia Gregg. And Bob Bailey is brilliant as well, and the final scene is so different from the rest of the story. It's a very different characterization, because our hero is having to shift and deal with some difficult realities. For the majority of the story, Johnny's work is underscored by being disappointed with how Lorraine turned out. But in this final act, he has to convince her that her life is worthwhile. And he has to face the fact that no matter how disappointed he is with Lorraine not living up to what expectations he had, it can't compare to how disappointed she is in herself. And Johnny does everything he can to calm her down. And she does accept his presence there. Even while she's ordering everybody out, she gives up on Johnny being there and kind of accepts that he's there. But ultimately, what saves her is her learning about John Smith and his kindness toward her in taking out this policy and making sure that she received it. And what stood out to me on this listening is I remember someone saying that she didn't deserve the money. And it's hard to argue with the point. Yet the story suggests that kindness and mercy can be a powerful force, even when it's not deserved. Maybe especially when it's not deserved. And in a way, I think the story makes you think. John Smith had no way to know that he would end up saving her life. It definitely makes you think. On a less profound point, I have to say that the room clerk was the worst. Johnny gives his name, indicates that there's a suicide attempt, and tells him to call the police. And the guy comes running up there because he wants to know what's going on and who's on the phone. Look, you hear suicide attempt, you call the police and get out of the way. There really are people like this in emergency situations, and particularly where things are so emotionally tense, it can lead to tragedy. It definitely added a level of challenge to Bailey's performance, as he had to go back and forth between trying to be calm and comforting to Lorraine and then shooing out people who lacked any good sense. Finally, I do have to offer some positive thoughts on Dameron and Pippin. Technically, they might have been considered romantic rivals. However, as indicated by the return of the check, she's not really responsible at this point and can't really form a relationship with either of them. Yet both did what they could to help her out and help her weather the tough times that still lie ahead. Well, now it's time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day, and I want to go ahead and thank Liz. Liz has been one of our Patreon supporters since December 2023, currently supporting the podcast at the rookie level of $2 or more per month. Thank you so much for your support, Liz. And that will actually do it for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, please follow us using your favorite podcast software. Well, this is the last of our listener support and appreciation specials. Join us back here next Sunday for our 4,650th episode special. But join us back here tomorrow for The Adventures of the Falcon, where...
The story, Mike. When I asked Grace about the dough, she claimed she lost it gambling. Well, I want to know where that money went.
Look, Vic, if you expect me to play I Spy on your wife...
I know how you feel about this kind of a case, but I wouldn't ask you to touch it if I've got the feeling Grace got herself involved in something she can't handle.
You feel there's another man in the picture?
I'll lay 8 to 5. You think you can find out his name, what he does for a living?
Well, judging by those checks, I'd say he's promoting Grace.
If he is, it's my fault.
Now, let's not be noble.
I mean it. What kind of a life is it for a girl to be married to a gambler? With me traipsing all over the country, no wonder she got lonely.
Well, assuming I find this man, what do you intend to do about it?
It all depends. If he's the right guy...
How could he be? And take money from your wife?
Maybe he's in a jam. Happens now and then.
You're a strange bird, Vic.
I'm no kid, Mike. I've been around. Maybe I was wrong getting married in my racket, but I did. And anything Grace wants, she can have. If she wants this guy...
She can have him, too.
With 6 points. I'd get to work on it like a good boy. Just let me...
I hope you'll be with us then. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter @RadioDetectives and check us out on Instagram. Instagram.com/greatdetectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.